That's pure gaping.
This is Radio 650, and with you tonight we've got John B.
Do you think you'd make a good radio DJ?
I think you would.
I was
Would
told,
you put on
do you
that
know?
voice?
Do you know? I was told that by a few people.
I would sit there and I'd put on his voice. I'd play soul music.
Do you know the stories you have, man? They're
Me?
fucking nuts.
No.
Like,
I was like that film. What
Hey, give me the heads up when you start, boys.
oh, we're started, no?
Are we? Oh, jeez, fuck's sake.
Welcome back, Crazy.
Woo! He's
New
here.
edition, new place.
People didn't know if you'd ever make it onto the video, and you're here.
Well,
In a good way. In a good way.
I have a face for the radio, John.
Well,
I was always told
you
that.
have a face for the internet now.
It's going to be eternal now, isn't it?
Here, how have you been?
Fuck, it's been a strange one. Just busy.
Busy.
I haven't been able to really get at it properly, man.
Good busy though.
I had a couple of injuries again there. My knee was giving me a bit of jip, and my back was giving me a bit of jip.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get back to Ross because my wife's jobs just took off. And,
Yeah.
I didn't like cancelling on him. And then I spoke to him via WhatsApp and stuff as well about maybe getting in the mornings, but that's not
Yeah.
working out for me either because
Yeah.
I can't get out the door with a wee woman.
Yeah.
She's daddy.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
My plan is I'm going to try and pop in a wee Friday here and there when I
Aye,
can.
so-
If he has room.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to stay part of the. I'm fucking still on it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Stop cursing
Who told you that?
me. Sometime my children are going to sit down and listen to this.
Aye, fair.
You know what I mean? So, but anyway, Jesus Christ, fuck. So I've just been doing stuff at the house, John. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Very good.
I've just got myself sorted out with bits and pieces, and it's fucking first class. Got a wee
Fantastic.
bench bought to me and stuff. So just wheeling away at that, and it's
Wonderful.
working out. It's keeping me a good enough nick.
That's good.
Ended up, I think we used boys up Sleeve Galleon last Sunday morning along with Steve and the boys.
No, no, I
Did
wasn't.
yous not
No.
train with them or not? Or?
Not.
So you are training separately from them. Aren't you? So there's a splinter grip. Well then, the splinter
This
grip.
is the splinter.
Ooh, John is cutting deep. So no, we'll just scoot on past
Splinterception.
that.
You do not want to explain? Do you want to explain to the audience what's going on?
Splinter session. Splinterception. like.
Fucking the dissonance here.
By the way,
My phone's going to die.
we've given Jude a mic here just so he can.
This is
just
Jude's
that's
first
great.
night on the mic.
I was gonna
You
say,
see,
fantastic Jude's
you
got
know
a
what the problem is? Fergal now needs fucking backup.
I need backup, is
Aye.
right.
So I knew John. I knew right.
That's exactly what he did.
Right, aye.
I'm gonna
'Cause
fire him
roast
under the
both
bus.
of them. I don't give a fuck.
I remember the last podcast. I was like to you, pretty much like, what the fuck was that? Like,
Oh,
and you're
aye.
like, oh, that was just an annihilation of Fergal for the whole podcast.
But Fergal walked in
But
everyone.
it was great.
You
It was
walked
great.
in everyone. I think now he's
It was very
he's
funny.
a bit of a seasoned veteran now.
He
Think
is.
so?
Aye.
No, I don't know about that.
Do you know what,
Oh,
boys?
you are. If you can put up with me, like, you're fucking good, man.
Aye.
It's funny. Someone mentioned about last week's podcast that you were a bit better with me in the start of it.
Oh, why? Aye, I
You know what
was.
you need there, Fergal?
Do you wanna
need
start
one of them
that
fucking- you know them
Are you
big blue
gonna start
tapes
that?
that the fucking farmers have.
What's that?
You need a big lump of alkathene.
Oh yes, aye. Yes,
Every time John opens his mouth, you just reach over and fucking slap him one.
6
Jeez, I got some views. You just fucking whipping me in the face.
The blue rope. You're
See,
talking
you
about
do it,
the
see,
blue.
You do it, you say, you deserve that. You bastard.
No, I sort of made fun of John for not doing the high rocks that I did over the
Here.
weekend.
Are you are you with the gym now, are you?
No, it's just every month, the end of every month,
High Rocks is in Re Academy.
Re-Academy do like a mock high rocks.
Okay,
Aye, you pay into it.
They're a
just-
great outfit.
If
like.
you're not a member, you just pay into it.
You just pay
All
it.
right, okay.
It's
That's
20.
that's a good idea
£20
too.
for a non-member,
Aye.
which is really good.
That's pretty good.
Because
I'm,
there's some operation.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into do it with Clina by the end of this month, but I have some sort of like sprain in my
Aye.
MCL, and I need a physio for it. And I've contacted Sean, but I think he's away.
Sean Ludlow's up to his neck. I think.
No, I'd say he is for a while, so I need to
Aye.
maybe consider somewhere else. But it was highly recommended him.
Hey, Jimmy.
Jimmy, how
Hey, is it buy one get one free in the Nikes up here? Is it?
mine's aren't Nikes?
I do not know. Oh,
They're
my
like-
mistake. Oh fuck, John, put them back on.
Nice.
Them's the ones you got. In, what do you call it in Ballymena?
These are I got these.
No, these came from Japan.
Did they?
That's a bit of artwork called the Wave of Kananagua.
I know that one.
Did you hear me chatting about it?
That's the big sort of
big
wave that
wave,
hooks
aye.
up over.
Mount
Aye.
Fuji in the
And
background.
Mount Fuji's in the background.
And
You
it's-
can buy all sorts of stuff,
Yeah.
and some bands have used it as their
There's an
album covers and stuff.
interesting
aye.
story behind it. You know, it's actually a very widely used bit of art. You know,
Aye.
in clothing, like
Aye,
I
there you
didn't
are.
realise.
Oh, and
Shoe Doctor was talking about it.
Happy, was it Happy Valentine?
What's that?
It's the festival. It's one of 4 Celtic festivals today, the 1st of May.
Very good.
Oh, that's where you
Here-
put the flowers.
Yeah,
all
yellow
and,
flowers they are, Fergal,
brought
because
a-
at this time of year it's all yellow flowers.
That's right. Yeah.
So this is a time of year when the season opens up. It's a time for celebration. It's a time for
Yeah.
growth. It's a
Yeah.
time for. What the Celts did was they would adorn their houses or their whatever they had,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they would adorn it with like you feel going through the fields now you see the hawthorn
Yeah.
and they used that for dye as well.
Very good. Seen
So
that in
then-
the post actually.
Aye,
But,
but it's actually exactly halfway also between the spring equinox and
Dude.
the summer
My
solstice.
Michael. Yeah, Michael.
They
So-
must. They
Am I
must-
too far
they
away?
must have took that. No, you're grand.
No, you're grand.
Aye.
You turned up a bit. So
Jesus, the first time. First time for everything.
That must be the connection between like the May altar, you know, the Catholic Church must have
Everything,
took
you know,
that.
Here.
you're curtain controversy if you say anything,
Here.
but a lot of the stuff, you know, like the 25th of December is when the
Yeah,
moon's
yeah,
at its lowest point.
exactly, aye.
Sun, sorry.
They
and-
kind of just took over.
Aye,
at
you know, certain things like certain like you can. There's 3,000 different gods in the whole world.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't
Here.
have 3,000 stories. Somebody's going to copy somebody along the
Has
way.
to
aren't they?
interlink
Like,
in somehow,
you know what I
doesn't
mean?
it?
So if you look at like
Thinking of
some
it
of a lot of the pagan festivals, like even today, like the 1st of May, although you'll get Monday off as a bank holiday.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's still sort of, you know.
Aye, there's still sort of that celebration going on, isn't
Well, aye, there is that. You've Embolic, that's another one, and you've the Sowean, and I can't remember the other one.
I think I have the English version of it here. I actually have something.
Beeltan, maybe they pronounce it.
The 1st of May is
used by the
known
Scots.
as May Day. This is the English version.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
And traditionally involved dancing around a maypole, crowning a May
That's
queen,
the ones you see with the
Morris dancing,
Morris dancers.
and
yeah,
generally celebrating the oncoming summer. So I had that ready. Actually, very good topic.
yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Aye, aye.
What is it? Is that the Mary Mother of May or something? Is it her month, Mary's month? As
Yes,
well?
it is. Aye, my mum
Aye,
made the
you
mail
know,
to
so
us today.
there again's the connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you ever hear of a movie like? Can I just? We're all on the fence about this in case anybody thinks, Donnelly's into his conspiracy theories.
I'm waiting.
Right. So, have you ever seen a film called Zeitgeist?
The Zeitgeist, yeah.
Zeitgeist. So, if you've seen that film, you know, to be fair, if you want a conspiracy, you'll find a conspiracy.
Oh,
You'll
yeah,
make
of
a
course.
conspiracy.
I love it.
You'll match everything up. But that film, to be fair, historically, a lot of that stuff, you know, like, you know, how all the different festivals or how they're all, the Christian festivals all come from the pagan festivals. And you know what I mean? It's all,
It's well
you know,
interesting.
that's
Very
unbelievable.
interesting.
You're a big fan of your history. You love.
I like the history. I love military history. Definitely.
Yeah?
I love Irishmen fighting abroad. All over the world, and you know the French Foreign Legion and stuff. That's all came from Irishmen that were.
This guy's trying to sell now when he says
Oh, John, Jesus, here we go. Let me see that there now.
Fields of France,
The green fields of France.
100%.
that one's class. I really enjoyed that one.
I really enjoyed that one as well.
John,
I
is
didn't-
that's obviously before the war?
After
After?
that, the song's about the man going through the graveyard and discussing the lengths that the man went to go to war.
Oh,
And he was
aye.
like, you know, was it right that you were in war and stuff like that?
Aye.
So it's an
That-
interesting one.
What's
Oh.
the song?
Green Fields of France.
Green Fields
There you
So
are.
it's the old man on one side and then the young lad on the other side.
Oh,
So they're
right.
kind of
Oh, very good.
discussing it.
Explain to everyone what that's about. Your wee business and everything.
Right. I've got a wee bit later about it.
Oh, have you? Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
We'll do it now too. Here, Fields of Athenry. So that was.
That's the only one you have in colour as well.
That's the only one I have in colour because back when I was starting them, they only had significance to a wee bit of colour in the image. So there was like Beeswing was the first one I did, but I didn't put any colour in it at all. And then I started mounting mountain colour on them in certain areas to signify something. So that one there's Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, and that's them going over to America
Oh,
to the immigration. And
Ellis
her,
Island.
her jacket's green.
I was there.
Her jacket's green to symbolise that Irishness.
I myself and
Did
the
you
wife.
do like the tour in the Ellis
Well, yeah, you get a ferry to it,
Oh
right?
man, I would.
I could not do it.
Is Ellis Island? Where was it?
That's where everybody was sort of.
No. I mean, was there anything else on that island like of significance
No.
apart from that?
No,
there wasn't
it's
anything,
where
like,
you were sort
attached
of
to it or
you were
anything, no?
processed,
Yeah.
but there were jails below it as well.
Yeah.
But and you could go then. There was like a centre where you went over and you typed in your name and where you were from.
Yeah.
And there was one person come up, Bridget Donnelly from Maherfeld.
Oh wow!
But my aunt was Bridget Donnelly.
Brilliant.
And I thought, sitting there, I was going, there's another rabbit hole I'm going to go down. Because at that time I was going through, I would get into the whole, did you know there's like maybe 40, 50 lads from this South Derry area fought in the American Civil War?
Wow.
So if you go to
That's
Newbridge,
interesting.
if you go to Newbridge Chapel,
Yeah.
there's a grave out there, an American Civil War grave. I think it's for the 69th
Did
Pennsylvania.
they enlist as Irishmen, or were they born into?
They enlisted as Irishmen from here. A lot of the Irishmen enlisted over there. Some of them were caught out coming off the boats because a lot of them spoke Irish.
Yeah.
They were coming off the boat, and so say the recruiting sergeant, they were just coming off the boat, and he was saying here, and he maybe showing them boots and a uniform. They were just saying it, and that was them fucked, and they were sent to war.
When you think about that, like they didn't know what they were doing.
They were put into Irish regiments. Thomas Francis Marr, Lower Manhattan. Thomas Francis Marr, he was he was the first man to fly the Irish tricolour in Waterford. He got that tricolour from two French women when he was on the run in Paris, and they made that flag up similar to obviously the French flag, but the green to represent the Catholic, and the orange to represent the Protestant, and the white to represent peace.
I find that really interesting. The symbolism there.
But you see a lot of people symbolise that with the modern conflict
But
here. So,
you have to recognise that as well. So it's one of the biggest sticking points, I think. But I think scrap all the flags.
If you were an Irishman, so the American Civil War was like 1860s. The famine was 20 years before that. 2/3 basically the Irish population were in boats. So we lost all the Gaelic speakers. You lost a lot of great minds. You lost a lot of people, like a lot, especially from inner cities and cities and stuff.
That reminds me. Remember the Indiana Stones?
Yeah.
He found that there was a certain part of the Irish history where there was a loss of our traditions because a lot of the human race died out in certain periods.
Okay.
So there was a time, I think maybe 1800s, maybe later, that he says that I think it was a part of the famine that wiped out a knowledge, part to our history.
Oh, right, okay.
So these lifting stones are all over Ireland.
Oh,
and
right.
those different.
And so somebody's bound to know where they were
So
at.
whenever
and
he
stuff
lands in their towns, he usually can find someone local to give him a wee bit of knowledge on the history of
What
it,
a
and
guy,
he's telling it.
That's brilliant.
And that was one of the most interesting episodes I've ever
But
had.
boys, it's the tragedy of the Irishman in every single war he's ever been in. He's fought everybody else's war, and you think about there's a great battle called the Battle of Fredericksburg. You ever hear? You said Stonewall Jackson. He was a Confederate general. So Thomas Marr, he got all the Irish from Lower Manhattan and formed the 69th New York Irish, and this is where the term the Fighting Irish came from. The priest that looked after the Fighting Irish, he's actually the guy that started Notre Dame University.
Right.
So he wanted to educate the Irish. That's why you have the Fighting Irish as your logo, and that's where Notre Dame University came from. But you think about it, right? So what was happening at that time was, you were getting on a boat, say in Derry, full of Donegal and people from here and whatever, and you were landing in New York and you were getting signed up to the union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were coming from Cork, you're coming from maybe Florida.
Oh, you're going to the south.
So you're going to the south. So you're forming the Confederacy.
Yeah.
So there was Regiment Kelly's Irish regiment. I can't remember the exact number of it, but Stonewall Jackson put them behind this stone wall in Fredericksburg, and Thomas Marr came over the hill with the 69th Irish. But Kelly, as soon as Kelly's men seen the green flags, it's actually recorded, you can read it in history books, they started to cry as they were shooting the Irishman. The Irishman was shooting the Irishman.
Wow.
And they were all recorded. But Mar assaulted that wall 8 times and lost like fucking nearly a third and nearly half of his whole regiment that day. And then just Irishman shooting Irishman. That's it's awful.
crazy,
You know what I
man.
mean? It's
That's mental. And them not having they're just landing in a country.
they're just
joining a war that they didn't-
most of them like and anybody sort of associated themselves as being Irish at all, maybe joined an Irish regiment. That's the way it was. But they were famous for Fohabala, which that Fohabala comes from that the Royal Irish Rangers actually use. That comes from 1745. There was a battle called the Battle of Fontenoy, and the ban on the Irish Catholic was lifted in 1745 after this battle. So you think 1745 is about 50 years after 1690. All right. So that in that battle in Limerick that day, there was 30,000 Irishmen were told to get out. Basically, they thought they were surrounded. They were tricked. They got on the boat to France. They formed up in the Irish and the French military, and this is how the French Foreign Legion came about. So these guys had sons. So you think about it. 40 years later, these sons were taking revenge for their father. So there was a battle, and it was a Black Watch. They were a Scottish regiment. It was their first outing. And they thought that the battle won, and the French cut loose the Irishmen, and they run on shouting, "Come to Gein and Limerick," shouting, "Remember Limerick." And they slaughtered the Black Watch. And after that, the ban on the Irish Catholic was lifted in the British Army. So the last line of defence in the Battle of Waterloo, the Redcoats were all Irishmen. The Redcoats that came through this country and wrecked and tore most of them were Irishmen too.
That's crazy.
I know it's Irishman has fought every war in every world, in every part of the world, like,
Wow.
The population's crazy. We're like,
anywhere you go in the world, there's an
Anywhere you
Irish
go,
bar.
like,
There's
here,
that.
here, I'm going to get a cup of tea. Let's get into the history here and get at these guys. Let's go. I'm bursting to get at these boys. You know it.
here, I have some lethal topics here. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Let's keep
okay.
talking about the history. No,
Don't you be laughing either.
I have some history here, like, and I'm looking forward to it.
Let's
No,
go.
I was going to say there.
Did you
about
ever get Dermot Kerr?
Dermot Kerr? Dermot Kerr. Who's
I've
that?
told you about Dermot Kerr.
Who is it again? No, I do have we have a massive
I think
list to get
Dermot-
through. Like,
Dermot's got one of these minds. He remembers everything. We've got some videos of him, to be fair. His son sent them to my brother, talking about the Donnellys, about where we used to live in the town, and
oh, very interesting.
unbelievable. And he was able to name the 3 different houses that my family all lived in.
Wow.
Very good.
He's like if you want to talk about Marfeld, he's the master.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do for. I've
do.
actually spoke to you about that before, John.
I'll clip this ad and you send it to me.
Aye, well, do you know what I mean? We need to get a hold of him. You know what I mean?
That'll be
So,
interesting. Definitely.
but if you want to talk about the town and stuff,
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
definitely.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like,
Oh, aye.
well, very good. I'm working on a project at the moment, like sort of to do with the area, called the Immigrant Cairn.
Oh, aye, that's outside.
Outside
Tower.
Slaughtneil area.
Aye. Do you know,
and-
John, on halfway up that mountain, there's a prehistoric site.
Fuck off.
Why? You see, you think you know it all, smart ass.
I don't know. Here. Do you know what I'm doing?
Have you been doing Altacare waterfalls up there?
Do you know what I'm doing in a month's time?
Well,
I have a researcher, a tour guide, taking me up the hill.
Kathy, is it?
Kathy, and do
All
you know
right,
who
right.
else?
Well.
The songwriter is coming. I've sourced her, and she's agreed to be a part
Very
of it.
good. Kathy does that Immigrants Walk, so she does.
Aye, that's what I'm doing with her.
She's,
and we're filming it.
Oh, very good, man. Aye.
We're filming it and we're going to do a podcast.
There's a place on that mountain called the Scalp. Have you ever seen it? Have you walked
No.
the Cairn, have you?
Yeah, a good few times.
Right, so whenever you're walking up that mountain, you follow that's the old coach road.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's got the old coach road because that's the way they used to take the stagecoaches from Belfast to Derry.
Yes.
So if you look at that stone again outside the hotel in Mahara, if you're ever driving through Mahara, you're going to see a big stone.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what people stood on to get into the stagecoaches.
Yeah, I've been drunk standing on that.
And then you get robbed up there. Have you looked into any of that?
Yeah. No. I heard about the
come
robbers.
on.
I heard about the robbers. Yeah.
Yeah, Shane Crossan, man. Yeah.
No, I am
And
here.
you can actually
I'm hearing
read
stuff
about him
every-
online and stuff
Every
too.
time I go up, I maybe go up with a different person, or I come down and I'm in the cafe.
McKenna's Bar in Mahara,
Some
on the
people are-
walls, they've got stuff about him on their
Frills.
walls.
Frills.
Yeah, they do, sure.
Frills as well. have a
Do
good-
they?
Yeah, they have a whole experience now. You can go through the Fabin cabins and learn about the rich planters coming over
There you
and
are, aye.
hiring the Irish and,
Yeah, yeah.
and how they interacted with them.
Aye.
So
John,
interesting.
one of
Starting
the-
very soon.
John, we were nearly taken, this whole country was nearly taken over by the Vikings,
Right?
only for O'Cahan at the Cairn.
Really?
One of the biggest battles ever was at
Wow.
the Cairn between the Irish and the Vikings. O'Cahan ruled that all from the Cairn all the way to Donegal.
Sounds very
O'Cahan,
interesting.
Irish for
I
O'Kane.
have heard of that actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Kept coming up in some research, but I haven't got into it yet.
I told you, I think I told you that story in the last
think you
podcast
mentioned
about the
that, yeah,
McNichols,
yeah.
remember? And the curly hair and the dark skin
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that there.
Excellent. So that project.
Good man. Oh, anyway, I was telling you about the scalp on Carntaher.
Yes.
So it's
What's
like
a- what's a
it's nearly
scalp?
like a cliff face.
Okay.
When you're walking tight on the lane, it's right fucking there.
Yeah.
But there's a gap there. Consider this. So you imagine that it was all covered in oak trees,
Right.
right?
Yep.
That's the way it was then. So anytime you're walking in mountains, you
There
gotta,
was oak trees.
Oh, that was all. This is where the whole dairy badge comes
Yeah.
from.
Yeah,
That's
Oakleaf
all
boys.
for to do with Oakleaf. That was
Right,
all
that's
oak trees,
interesting.
and beech
Yeah.
trees. That was all covered. That was all cut down. That's why the mountains are so boggy and so wet, because an oak tree takes in a lot of water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why the sperrins are so boggy.
Yeah.
You know, the Mourns probably at some point, they're very granity. That's the difference.
They are, yeah, a lot of rock.
You know, but then a lot of that peat on the sperrins is built over. Hey,
Are you stealing a cup of tea?
you don't fucking touch it.
It's for him. It's not for you.
I start fucking throwing around you quicker. That's what I'll do. You don't touch a brother's tea, man. Especially not a Stanley Cup like. See that cup there?
Go on,
Bit
start
boys that give you
here.
death with that cup, so I have.
Go and
a
start
good cup.
pouring out there.
John,
There's not enough tea for everyone.
John, did you not make your own tea? This is your podcast.
There is
I'm your
Here,
guest.
there's tea downstairs. There's
Well
tea
then,
downstairs.
fuck, there you go, John. I'm in no position to get up on this seat and this. You pause that there. You know what I'm saying?
I
Here,
thought
by
when
the
you
way, John, my tea's fucking delicious.
I thought when you said you're bringing tea, it was for us. You see. Fuck's
No,
sake.
no, that shit doesn't happen. Only in Fergal's house. Yeah, do you hear this crack? Aye, he cried like a wean. Oh, you want sugar tea?
Who's this? Who's this?
Fergal, remember that night in his
Oh,
flat,
aye,
aye.
that's right, actually.
Now you just give it all posh and moved in here.
Moving up north, lad.
Oh,
Or I don't have my
What
apartment
did you
anymore.
beat the owner with?
Well,
or
this is
threaten him
this
with?
is the good room, like
The good room,
The good
aye.
room. It's a fantastic wee room, though,
Great
Kevin.
wee job.
Aye.
What's it like for the sound and all then?
We were struggling at the start, and
Right.
then
We got Jude.
Jude's our
Jude
fucking,
the dude, man.
Jude's
Yeah,
our
Jude sorted us
Jude's
out.
our
Jude's
absolute
the dude.
savior, like.
Jude's just jumped on the mountain crew. They said, "How long are you on this crew now, Jude?"
I don't know, lad. Likely about a year. I think
About
it was
a
last
year,
summer. Last
aye.
summer was the first time I was in the group for a lot longer than that, though, and never.
Do you know,
never
it's
I'm the
funny.
same.
It's funny, boys. It's funny how something like that grows, and you had to look at it. I was thinking about it one day there, right? I'm thinking about this from my perspective, right? You see how many people's in that WhatsApp group.
A lot now.
You see how many times we've all been out together and all done mountains together. I had really sort of resigned myself not to do any more mountains at this point. I don't know why.
Injury or what?
No, I don't know. I just fucking sickened myself, maybe. I don't know, John. I can't put my. But Ellen Kerrigan, I was drifting more towards bushcraft.
Yeah.
And then Ellen says to me one day, right, go we run out in the hills. That was it.
Back
Me
again.
and Ellen.
Uh-huh.
So then next thing it was me, Ellen, and Peter.
Peter, yeah.
And it was me, Ellen, and Peter for maybe 4 or 5 years there.
Yeah.
And then next thing, whoosh, next thing you motherfuckers appeared.
Oh, these
See,
two
John,
guys. These
see,
two
John,
guys.
I can lead a story into the story.
Aye.
Right, I'm going to talk about something here, John.
Go for it.
I don't know if I've discussed this with you or not. I might have discussed this with you boys before this podcast. Oh, by the way, Fergal,
Oh, yes.
as a peace offering before I completely strip you two boys to shreds, I have something for you.
What's this?
This is a t-shirt from Renzo Gracie's dojo in New York City that I promised you that I'd give you in the last podcast.
I
brother.
cannot believe that
Well,
you're giving
there
this
you
to
go.
me.
That's yours.
Camera, lad.
Show that
Here,
there.
hold
Open
on,
that up
hold
and
on.
Show that to the camera.
Look at
I
this.
wiped my ass on it earlier.
How cool is that?
I'd still
Is that
wash
showing
that.
off
I'd
well?
wash that and wear that even. You'd wipe your ass on. Because that's a lovely T-shirt. isn't it?
Honestly, Kevin.
That's
thank
yours
you
for
so
me.
much.
The brand on that's beautiful. like.
Fergal,
It's so nice.
Fergal, if I catch anybody else in this planet wearing that,
This is not going to happen.
I will find you.
Here,
gonna have
I'll,
to- they're gonna
I'll
have
wear it
to-
for the next podcast.
Aye, an excuse for him to get his gear off,
Fucking
isn't it? You'll not be
Jim's
so
near
smart in a
naked
couple
here.
of minutes, boy. So you'll not. I'm gonna make my wee boys out of you two fuckers in a wee second. John's loving it. I'm trying to build this whole thing up.
I'm rarely at ringside watching.
not-
Like I
John,
love this.
It's not. People are probably sitting listening to this thinking, "What's Donnelly going to say?" It's not really that bad. But I just thought I'd get my wee bit in.
Yeah,
This makes up for it. I don't
know,
care what you
I
say to
know,
me
but
now.
what am I gonna do with Jude,
You
like?
have to say sorry to him. He's giving you that. Oh, Jesus.
Right. So anyway, do you remember that one? Remember that big talk I did about getting people into the mountains and
Aye, love it.
and getting a family sort of an attitude together and looking after each other and all. Well, a fucking splinter group formed. Couple of few,
That can be
2,
dangerous.
3, 4, 5 guys get summit fever.
Ooh.
Summit fever.
I thought they wanted to bag a few hills, John.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I would call myself the old dog for the hard road. You know what I'm saying? I'd fucking get it done, like, you know. But this year,
100%, like.
this year in my head, this year I thought, fuck, I don't know why. And I know this always happens when it comes to mountains. It just creeps in. So just the Cumullara horseshoe. Next thing I'm on Google Earth. Google Earth on the iPad. Fucking Google on the phone, reading it and looking at it, reading it. So myself and the missus went down and did it. Alison did it there. 2017 we did it. We got great weather for it. We did it in 8 hours.
Lovely.
Great fucking day.
And this is the 7.
No. This is the 3 highest mountains in Ireland.
Oh yes, okay, right.
and
You're right.
they're in a horseshoe.
I'd love to do that. I've never done that before.
But the very last bit of it is it's a shark fin.
I've never been on a mountain that has that either.
You have to get down on all fours basically.
That's crazy.
But if you go left or right, you ain't coming back.
Does anyone ever run that? Do you think?
I do.
Aye. 'Cause you
There's
see those
just
videos online.
There's just enough, but there's a couple of points where you literally have to scramble across it. And if there's anyone at all, it's about no, Fergal.
Oh, you wouldn't.
And if you do find yourself out with a group and you do think that something's not right, don't ever be afraid to speak up because you don't know.
Aye, that would be.
I don't know. Did you hear about them 2 guys in Donegal a couple of weeks ago?
No.
One of them died and
Vaguely.
another
Aye,
one
yeah,
fucking badly injured. They're in the Poison Glen. Glen had a group there up that there. Last time the group was in Donegal. I couldn't make it. And Glen, I had the route all. I think I sent the route under the group.
Yeah.
And I had it all sort of paced out. It was a big day. I think they had a big day as well. And it sort of, but the fucking guys were up our direction. I think they were over near that. There's like a big, when you look up on the Poison Glen, it's nearly on like a big horseshoe as well. And right in the middle of that horseshoe's that big fucking cliff face.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speculate either. But it just shows you, man.
It's dangerous.
Mountains is nothing to be,
No.
you know. And this thing that we're going to do, John, am I allowed to talk about it?
I think we can. I think we can.
Can we?
We'll do it openly enough, like,
Well,
and
remember you put me in charge of the mountains.
aye.
Can I nominate Sammy to be in charge?
Why is that?
Because that man give an 8-digit grid reference opposed to my 6. So he blew us all up. You know,
Well, like I have you in there first. You were the first person
well,
to put in. So
okay, aye.
So the
Well,
reason
I just want to point out
that's the reason. But
aye.
then Sammy brings sort of survival, things
aye.
that he can
Oh,
that
Sammy would probably
that he can actually give
have
more.
his eyes closed like
He
anyway,
he
you
give
know.
more time to,
Aye.
and
And Glenn will be
but
there.
he's also there too to navigate.
And
He
Glenn
is.
will be there as well.
Yeah, and depend on the numbers we get. We'll probably keep them quite small for this first go and run at it. And I think we do a wee bit of advertising during it, like get a few.
I think we definitely go
get
back
good,
to where we were, Fergal.
get good
at
photos
that,
taken and stuff like
with
that.
Loch Shanna.
Aye, it was lovely.
Aye, so I was chatting to Kevy one night. Foraging, and the only place you could forage is the forest. So we're going to start foraging in the forest before
I
that
was
path.
thinking about that as well, John.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking it's a Sika forest.
Right.
So I'm thinking there's going to be nothing on the forest floor, only pine needles.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. I
But
think
what I'm
Glenn's
thinking
looking
is
into
if
it, but
there's Castlewellan Forest Park, right?
okay.
So there's bound to be somewhere there where there's like a
Body of water.
well, there'll be a body of water. There's a lake and all,
Aye.
but there's bound to be like a bit of open woodland. If you're going to do any foraging,
Yeah.
you're not going to go near anything that you have. If you're going to say, we'll use Enniscarn Forest, for instance, right?
Yeah.
There
I
is
think-
a tiny wee river runs along there.
I think that's a
There is,
manageable, one for the general public.
Aye. And you pick your time of the year. You get your time of year for garlic, and you get your time of year for different stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
great
true. That's true.
It's a great wee spot to
Yeah.
go and try and find a remember I talked about before getting that bit of pine, that little small
Yeah.
bit of pine that you cut to get the smell of the petrol off it and get a wee fire going and do all that. It's a great spot for that, but you've got to stay right
Yeah.
because it's broadleaf forest, right? So there's enough room in the canopy of the forest
light to get
for
in.
sunlight to get down.
Yeah.
And the sunlight there, and obviously things spring up. So if you get flowers attract insects attract them.
Yeah.
It keeps going. But there's a couple of buzzards up there, and you don't see many rabbits, or you don't see there's squirrels scooting about.
Yeah.
But the trick with that, I've talked about before on the podcast, is to get against a tree and sit there and don't move.
Just wait.
Just
Wait for them.
don't fucking move and sit there, and you'll start to see shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Me and Burrito used to go through. Do you know actually it's been taken away now? I don't know why they cleared it. As soon as you went in the gate,
Oh no,
you could turn left, a straight left.
that's right. And,
And
you
there was
went all
a
the way down
beautiful
to
there
that
was a
stream.
beautiful wee walk there,
Yeah.
like, and it was like nature wise. You go down, there's a nice stream, and you can sit at the stream and chill out.
But the stream was right at the bridge beside the road.
Yeah, that's right.
Aye.
So
A lot of
that,
ones
that was
camped
taken
there.
away. It was sad. Yeah, lovely
But
area.
I don't know. It must have been the forestry. So the forestry.
Yeah.
There's times you were gonna. That's why I always tell people to be careful on maps when they're working with forests, because you don't know. And you look at that map and you'll say to yourself, like, there's that corner of that forest there, and you'll
it's
run
been
a
dug
bear
up.
across that,
That's gone.
and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, you'll aim for the corner of that forest. You'll always go, you'll use that as a handrail feature. But a lot of them forests, like there's times I come walking up the mountain and the boys are in there with them machines. Fuck, there's some job, like just like this thing, just
strips
it, clamps the tree.
Yeah.
Next thing he spins it and goes,
Aye.
and it just
Mental.
cleans everything. And he cuts it in half, blink, blink, like that, and that's it done. I'm going,
Unreal.
my God, and that all goes in a boat to China, I think.
Does it?
It's made use for furniture and stuff.
You call that dam? Banagher Dam.
Banner,
That's
have you
a-
ever been up?
Beautiful area. I seen it change really quick over this space of like 10 years there. Everything that was cut away, like there was a beautiful, like it looked like you were in Canada. Like that's how
I know that,
that's how tall the
it's-
trees. That's how picturesque
I
it was.
know.
And then you see, like I'm not overly
I know, it's a
angry.
killer,
I
like-
wish they couldn't do that. Like, is there a big reason?
It's
Is a
all
bit?
the
Is there?
wrong- It's all the wrong trees, though. Anyway, you know,
Aye, so where are they going?
They're not
But,
natural.
you know, it's not.
No,
it's
it's just
great
a
for the
farm.
environment.
It's just
a
an open farm.
Aye.
That's
You
all.
Ah,
want,
right,
you
okay.
want your native trees, like you know, that's the stuff that should.
But I mean, there's no
Yeah,
money,
of course.
there's
But
no
do you
money
care?
in-
But do you care about them getting chopped down?
No, I'd rather they chop them all down and
Right.
put native woodland in and
Yeah.
didn't chop that down.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
know.
That's fair.
So if you
agree.
take from Limavady,
Good point. Good point, Jude.
John, if you take from Limavady and you think about this, right? So rise up into the sky and look down,
In Limavady.
right? And look down, and Limavady's up here and Moneymore's here. There's a valley there, right? And it sort of curves round Sleepgallion. There's a valley all there. Limavady is the leap of the hound. That's how Limavady got its name. But there was a forest all the way from Limavady, all the way, all Martin, all that there, swung all the way around to Moneymore, called the Glenconn-Keene. You can look that up, John. Glenconn-Keene. And Hugh O'Neill, you ever hear of him? Ramfurley House in Dungannon. Hugh O'Neill was an Irish chieftain, but Hugh O'Neill was abducted from Ireland as a child, and he was reared by, I can't remember which queen it was, but he was reared by British royalty, and she reared him, and he learnt everything, and he check John out, boys.
I know. No, we've got.
And but you see, well, the way I'm thinking, my head's Google Earth. I have the whole thing swung. Where I can,
Google Earth. So you're seeing things in fucking 3D.
I know, John. What ways my
He's
mind
just a
work?
step
He's a
above
step
us all.
above.
Aye, so Red Hugh O'Neill, man, and the Queen sent him back to Ireland to take over Ireland, and he did. But when he was here, he just
Where was he situated?
he was in Dublin. But Dublin was built by the Vikings.
Right.
So it was, the Vikings sailed up the Liffey and fucking most civilizations start off at the rivers.
Yes.
The first civilizations here was Coleraine and all along the Bann. So people were fishing and that's where it all starts. But I read Hugh, he fucking ditched the monarchy and took up for Ireland, and he was eventually driven out. He was the Flight of the Earls. Have you heard of the Flight of the Earls? 1607. They actually made their way to Rathmullen through the Spurn Mountains.
Yeah.
They found a place just outside the Loop, Queen's archaeologists are up there at the minute.
I heard something about this actually.
Yeah, they found a place there.
Yeah.
It was found by a man called Sean Corey during the drought around COVID time.
Yes, found it in his garden or something, didn't he?
Well, and just right beside his land, right
Aye.
beside where the land borders.
Yeah, heard that.
And sadly, Sean's passed away recently there.
Aye.
But he got to see. He's just glad that he got to see it was getting its attention.
Aye.
Because whenever I went to Sean's wake house and his brother was in mountain rescue with me and stuff, he had this library. I never seen anything like it in my life.
Wow.
And this reading table.
Aye.
And it was, I mean, the lighting in it and all. You felt like you were in this, I don't know, you
Film
could
or
have sat there
something?
forever.
Ancient
and just went
library.
over and picked a book. And it would have been something that you liked. Do you know what I mean? It was that sort of a place.
Probably no TV.
But
just
anyway,
reads.
so apparently them boys made their way through the Sperrins and they stopped off here. And then from there they made their way to Rathmole and Donegal. And they made their way down through Europe. There's a place in the Alps, there's a valley in the Alps with a plaque to them. But he ended up buried in some place in Spain, and they dug up where they thought he was at him, but it wasn't him, I don't know. But I think HBO's going to give it the Game of Thrones treatment.
Right. That'd be dead.
There was rumours, I don't know, if you check YouTube, John, maybe, called The O'Neill. So they called him The O'Neill.
You mentioned something about this.
Aye.
Is this something to do with your family?
Well, the Donnellys, if you look at the Donnelly crest, we have a salmon on the red hand of Ulster on our crest, and that comes from Red Hugh O'Neill. That was he was
The O'Neill dynasty.
the O'Neill dynasty. People in Ulla, Ulster, we were known as the fiercest warriors in the whole of the country.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Oh, here. Remember we said about if we're videoing stuff or we're putting pictures up, we need to describe what we're looking at
well, look,
Right.
for our
Now-
our audio
Right.
Oh,
listeners.
is that your...
so
no,
you look at
that's-
that O'Neill. Now type in Donnelly.
Yep.
Aye, so yours would be...
We're very similar, but we came from the O'Donnell clan, and the O'Donnell clan were based in Donegal, and we ended up in Donaghmore, in that area. That's where we end up. But if you were part of a clan and you wanted to leave it, you know, I could be wrong, but this is what I've heard. You had to take the name Mac or O or something,
Oh,
or
right,
put
okay.
something onto it. But Donnelly in Irish translates to brown valour. So we were all brown-haired warriors. Brown valour. Don, D-O-N-N in Irish is brown. But at Donnelly's, our DNA goes back to we were O'Neill's warriors.
Right. Very
So
interesting.
we were his
That's
fucking
class.
sort down
Did you-
boys out there. We and the GBB. You ever hear the GBB, John? Remember I talked about the Glenburn
Yes, the
Bit Boys?
Glenburn
We
Bit
all
Boys.
marching down the road like 7 brides for 7 brothers,
Yeah.
ready to bit.
So you came from good stock then?
Hey?
You came from good stock then?
Oh, Jesus. Good stock. I know. What's that picture there? That's Game of Thrones, isn't it?
No, that's Ghostbusters. That's
Ghostbusters.
Vigo the Carpathian.
Fuck's sake, John.
Do you want to hear the
Did you not
story?
go out as a win?
Do you want to hear
No.
the story? Do you
How
want
many
to hear the
times
story?
did you
of
watch
it?
that fucking show?
What do you hear? What do you hear?
Oh, only 40.
What do you hear? It's he's the villain in Ghostbusters 2, isn't it?
Yep.
And he, this wee nervous guy used to come and visit him, and he was the overlord of the episode. But
Okay.
he was stuck basically in this canvas, and he was trying to break free from it,
Eh?
and he was building himself up.
gay?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Maybe he
sure.
was trying to put a message out.
I'm not sure.
Like
I
Freddie
will.
Mercury album,
Well, what do
"To
you?
break
If they come out of a canvas, what are they? I'm not sure. But
Gay canvas.
no, an evil person.
An evil gay
An
canvas.
but what was I
Sorry,
saying?
John. Sorry.
You're all right.
We have to get right. So we.
It's a villain in a film,
Right, okay.
all right. And the film he was a canvas, and I got it one year for Halloween for university, and I stuck it up, and it was a part of like the decoration for Halloween.
So as usual, we've run off on a tangent.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Whoa,
went
we
from...
haven't
back
finished
to the
off.
history, back
we
to the
haven't
history.
Aye, but we haven't finished off these two boys.
I want to get back to that.
Aye.
So what's happening now? Are you kicking us out of the grip? or do we
No,
have to do it?
no.
You
no,
can't sit with us.
Do we have
At
to do a
this moment in
forfeit?
time,
You can't-
at this
you can't
moment
sit
in
with us.
time, Big Daddy is pulling out the wooden spoon, and he's spanking you.
We haven't got the actual context here.
Yeah, no, we don't know what we
Right.
did.
What are you even talking about?
We don't
Right.
even know what we
Who
did.
are these splinter group Hallian?
You bastards.
What do you mean?
We're doing the 7/7s on the 11th of May, bastards. I've got a sore knee, bastard. Kev, what way did you do it, bastards? Are you leading it on Sunday, bastards?
I love it so much.
So you know, I know you've only been there a while, Jude and Fergal. You know, you've been out a few times. You know what I mean?
Fergus a vet.
I'm not really. I haven't.
You know,
You hill fucking random lad. You're walking them at the moment.
Aye, but
there was the boys put under the grip, right? Is anybody interested in doing the 7/7s? And we had talked about. Fucking usual big man talking about doing it again. But the last time I did it, I hurt myself and
yeah.
Is it worth
suffered.
it, like?
I suffered, boys. I suffered around that mountain like fucking no man
When
suffered.
you hurt
like.
yourself, it's
Here,
not
you
a fun
finished her though.
experience.
You finished
I
her.
know I finished it, John, but
Just pig-headedness.
I know.
what cost?
I'm my own worst enemy. But there was one point. When we were coming across. You'll love this one because this is your last fucking walk out. No, it's not. You usually get that done. You should go in Binion, Lamigan, Cove Beg or Beg Cove, Donard, Comada, Berna, Millmore, Millbeg, and getting
Yeah.
packed up at Millbeg.
And
No.
No.
Cheating bastards.
No, we're not.
Oh, aye. Getting dropped off and packed up. We had to do
Oh,
a full
lifted
lip.
lead.
We had
Lifted
we
lead.
we had to do a full lip. But anyway,
Hold on here.
before we drift off, so I was coming across Beg, and I had no more painkillers left.
Yeah.
My brother Martin was in the car park waiting on me, and he'd been painting since. I said, Marty, we'll be off the mountain such and such a time. So there, Marty, he got the wife down the road, and he got around, parked up and under the fucking pub, and he sat, got the langing with a pile of County Down, man. But he kept, when we were on the 7th mountain, it took us 12 hours to get to the 7th mountain because I was limping.
Was he drinking for 12 hours?
No, but he was. This was at about 4 o'clock, and he kept ringing me, and I go, fuck you anyway, Martin. So I answered the phone, everybody. And I was like, right, boys, we need to get this done. I get down to this man, but fuck, did I not suffer after that? Mentally, right? The Mourne Wall was there. We could see it. We could see the valley that we were descending down. This is the thing about the mountains, man, right? You know it from running them too. Another mountain, right? And you have to suck it up. But we were coming across, and I was going, oh, Jesus Christ. I was going, I could let everybody walk. And this is what was going through my head. I could let everybody walk on here, and I'm going to lie down and go to sleep. I'd be all right. Who you saw? And I went, like, sort of imagine myself getting slapped. Oh, fuck, I had to shake myself, like, but.
that's good though. It's good. Good
Aye.
to go through that. I think.
It is. Get the boots well worn in as
Aye.
well and stuff. And
What was wrong with your knee? What was it? Do you know? What?
I went over 45 minutes in. We were walking up through the glen. So we did it. The way we did it was, we started off in Donard Car Park.
Right. Yeah.
And we went up and did Donard. When we did Comada, we come down off Comada instead of staying up and following that ridge line around. We dropped down onto the Brandy Pad and fucking took off up the Brandy Pad towards the Hare's Gap. When we got to Hare's Gap, this is where we stopped to get something to eat into us because we'd already Donard, Comada and Millmore. Anyway, but getting back, before we got to the fucking... Do you know the saddle?
Yeah.
The wall between... Where the wall is between... if you're walking up the Glen Valley, Comada's on your right, Donard's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get to that saddle, everybody stops there.
That's right. Yeah.
I stopped there, man. I started pointing to the boys where we were going. I went over my fucking ankle.
Oh, when you were chatting.
But I didn't realise till I got to the hospital on the Tuesday. Or the next day, I got to the hospital and I'd fucking done ligament damage and the fucking hell.
Like on the.
I had a big, I don't know, they said I had a real bad sprain. But I just like somebody snapped a chalk line up my foot there.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, it wasn't good, hey. But I got her done.
How is it now?
Well, my ankle, I don't know if any of you boys were on. One day we were in the Mourne Mountains. My ankle gave on me again. We did the Devil's Coach Road and Cove Cave. My ankle I went down about 3 or 4 times, but my ankle's better now. I was up Sleeve Galleon with Peter Foy on Sunday morning. He had a 10 kg vest on him. Man's a beast.
Peter.
Oh, aye.
Very good.
I am coming behind him panting like a dog.
He's a
You know
great
what I mean?
he's a great guide when he's on
Good,
the,
good influence, man.
when
He's
he's
a
on the
real
mountain,
good
like,
fella.
he's a good lad.
He's very reliable on the
Yeah.
mountain as well.
you the boys do a good job.
Whether you notice it or not, if you next time you're on the mountain, you'll notice me and Peter's putting the heads together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Ann will put the head together, but me and Peter's always seems to, you know, put the heads together to see where we're at and what we're doing, and
Yeah.
you know, you always look. You can look to your right or left, and he's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
very reliable.
And Peter doesn't get caught up in summit fever either. Peter will stay behind, make sure the last man gets up.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a dig.
Oh, well, that's you know what? Take it as a dig, because I didn't mean it as a dig.
I didn't feel it.
Aye, good man.
I
But
didn't
you know
feel
what?
it, well.
Fucking cunt there. But anyway, getting back to the grip, I would always put the dates out of when we're going walking and do
Yes.
the poll or a text. Peter would do it, something, me and him would
Yes.
chat, and he'd put it out. But then next thing, these boys decide they're going to do the sevens, right?
Holy fuck.
So then there must, like, I'm summarising personally
Yeah.
that there's another WhatsApp group set up.
Another one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What are we sort of
And
calling
we're
that?
not allowed on it.
Splinterception.
We're not allowed on it, right?
Splinter
The
Seption.
men that changed these men's nappies
Yeah.
and held their wee hands up the mountain when they were
Hand fed them. Hand fed
Peter,
them.
Peter, help, Peter, help, Peter. You know what I mean? So these boys thought they're the big men because they're going to do the sevens, right? And they formed their own group, and they never put a poll in. So Donnelly takes umbrage to this, and then the wife goes to me, Kevin, calm down. Alison's very calm, and she's like, you know, you're taking this too far.
Ying do your yang. Anyway.
Aye. So anyway, I'm running what for the crack.
Yeah.
I says to the boys, we're going to fucking Kerry the week after them bastards do the sevens, and no one now will get fog.
Aye.
Fingers crossed.
But
Yeah,
but hey, right. So here's the kick. Here's the final kick in the balls. Right. Not only do they not invite you on the walk, they pollute your fucking my WhatsApp group with their fucking photographs of the wonderful day that they had. And they never asked
So funny.
any of the rest of us,
So funny.
did we want to fucking muddy our boots or not? And I thought, you bastards will pay for that, because it'll be another 10 years before I get to Kerry. You cunts can fucking get to Kerry yourselves. I says, we'll second them cunts.
I'm
Lovely.
pretty sure there was a poll for the 7 sevens, but I'm saying that.
I actually,
There was a poll.
I think there was.
Did I vote?
Well, that was other.
See, there's so many WhatsApp groups.
That was, you see,
Kevin, there's so
I was
many
about to
WhatsApp
say,
groups. So hard to keep up, isn't it, dude?
these WhatsApp groups have got out of hand, man. Yeah, man.
bad news.
You know, people will be turning up at the doctor's going, I'm addicted to WhatsApp groups.
I twisted my knee about 3 weeks ago, and about a few days later, I was like, deleted myself from about 5 or 6 groups. Like,
I'm in somebody's.
everybody has-
I'm in somebody's stag
To be
party
fair,
from
there's about-
2012 or
there's about
something.
fucking
Aye.
40 groups going around, like of the
Aye.
same shade.
I
So
know.
I feel like you're
Is there
paying.
not
But
another
hey,
hiking group that you're part
hey,
of?
I'd love
actually-
to know. I'd love to know how many mountain groups Fergal's in.
Fucking none now. I've been blacklisted.
John, do you think am I within my rights to roast them two boys?
You do, but here you roasted me. I think a few times the last few podcasts.
Well,
so
you know, I can be roasted too.
it's only right. What was I going to say there? It was Matty Kelly set up a walking group.
Aye, I'm in the
And
WhatsApp group.
I think it's with Ryan Dull as well.
Yes, they go to Carntagher.
They go
Aye.
mainly Carntagher and Inniscarn, very close by. So this is kind of what they're trying to do. An evening, maybe a Thursday. Ideally, I think around that day, they're looking to just take a group up and down.
Make sure
That's an hour up, an hour down. You might need a head.
Me and
towards-
Foy were in our 11.
Very good. You might need it. You might
For
need it.
up and down. Him 10 kg. Wow.
But really good group. They pay a wee bit of money towards a charity every week they go.
very good.
And very useful group to have, just if there's ever someone looking.
Well,
at
I always say if it's going to be a charity for the mountains, it should be the Mountain Rescue.
That's a good.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
because they're a fucking charity.
Mountain, I didn't know
They don't,
that.
man. People don't get it. The volunteers don't get paid.
Yeah,
They
so
don't get fucking paid for it, like, you know. Before I forget,
That's fair. Big shout out to Mountain Rescue. I mean,
Aye,
if
absolutely.
anybody wants to sponsor them, fucking
I mean,
send them a bit of fucking dollar
yeah,
there.
what them people do is far and beyond, man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you see them up the street, stick some money into the buckets, like,
Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean? Support them whatever way you can,
Yeah,
for sure. But before I forget, story for you.
great.
The wife came off the phone one day to her brother, Martin.
Yeah,
Martin lives in Brisbane,
Brisbane.
right? And he's like, "Aye, the next time I'm home, I have to go to Joe Kane's restaurant."
Right.
So he's been listening to this
Aye.
podcast
Very
to the
good.
point where the people around him are saying, "You're starting to sound as if you're coming from home more."
Because he's listening to
Because he's listening to your podcast.
Nice one.
So Martin Aitken, he'll be listening to this one.
Class.
A big hello from the lads.
Big shout out.
Big
from-
shout out,
Martin.
boys. All the
Fucking
way in
top
Brisbane.
lad.
Thank you.
Here,
Martin.
spread the news, guys.
Aye.
See anybody that's out in different countries, Canada, Australia, missing home, give
Aye.
us a fucking shout. Like,
Aye, good,
You know,
good.
If they want to bring, if they want us to bring someone on as a guest,
Aye.
suggest it. Like we have a list of about 20 lined up at the moment. Like,
Yeah. He was a big fan of Notorious when he was home.
Aye, it was
Who
a great
isn't
one.
a fan of Notorious,
no,
boys?
that's it.
Good
Like,
one.
Do you know what I mean?
the rave
have you
reviews
done?
on
Have
this
you been in
podcast.
their day?
Haven't. I'm going soon. though.
The wife and myself went one
What'd you
fucking
think?
day. I got the burger, boys. Beautiful.
Good eye.
Lethal.
Seen some guy online reviewed it. He was like going around Northern Ireland trying.
Boys,
to
we
find the
Stevie
best.
Logan's the chef in
Oh,
there.
Stevie's
We
a-
Logie.
Stevie's a
Fuck,
legend.
he's class,
He's
hey.
brilliant.
He's class.
Aye.
His food's great.
I mean, the quality of the food's through the roof
Yeah.
since he's come on board
Fantastic.
there.
Do you know what they did at the start? You know Joe Kane?
Yes.
They had Joe in for a wee bit.
Did they?
Just doing wee bits and pieces.
Aye.
And then Logie came in, and the place is just getting better and better and
Aye.
better.
They have
You
a
know,
good setup on there, good staff, everything
Customer
about
service.
it. Unbelievable.
lethal. It's good
It's
to
a-
have him, Marfelt.
Man, it's like, it's like somewhere. Well, Marfeld's getting that way now. It used
is,
to be
aye.
that would be like somewhere you'd find in fucking Belfast.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know? Marfeld, people are starting to realise that this town is like central to everything.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It really is.
You know,
It's nuts. I actually had a question for you tonight.
as long as it's not in sport.
No, it's not. You mentioned the last episode, one of the last episodes, about leveling out the very middle of Marfelt.
You see, I have to be careful what I say now.
Paving.
Aye.
Oh, shit. Do I have to cut this out?
I doubt it. No,
I think it's
because
just a nice suggestion.
aye. Well, I mean, a pedestrianised zone in the town
I think that's a good idea.
where you get the services in such say 78 or something.
I'm to be honest, my direction sense is fucking terrible. And I'm anybody to be talking about town planning.
Aye.
But I like the sound of that
I know.
system to go around.
Yeah, yeah.
Around,
Well,
the,
my
around the
thinking
town
on
and through it.
my thinking on it was, you look amount of cars that are
It comes a
that are
destination.
queued. How many of them? How many of them want to get a parking space?
Yeah.
So, you're going to cut out all the traffic from the middle of the town, get them parked up, and get them into the shops and out of the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of school traffic too.
I'd say
You
most
know,
of it's school
but-
traffic.
You've got all them. You see them women's shops
one-way
like
system.
the fucking what do you call that one?
Swank Bell and
You've all them. All like
Down Broad Street.
they're all they're coming from all over the place, and the coffee
Aye.
shops
They're-
are always full. And
They're Marfel's known as this lethal wee shopping town,
Aye.
because there's some like D Graham stuff,
Aye.
I was just
I
about to
know.
say.
I
top
know.
stuff like, and a lot of the business owners that me and Fergal met over the years, like Jesus, all lethal, like
Hey.
all local.
Hey, it's hard to bet a fucking macaroni's coconut finger
Now you're talking.
with a slab of butter on it.
Here, what do you call the slice? Is it a Valencia slice?
Is it the custard in it?
It's got like thick cream and jam, but it's got a pink bit of icing over it.
All right.
Aye.
Do you know what I'm talking about? No,
No, I'm
Do
not
you?
sure. Not sure.
The thing's absolute.
I do.
The thing is absolute.
My
amazing,
wee
like.
girl loves the coconut fingers.
Yeah.
So she works it two ways. So she'll eat the coconut off the top,
Uh-huh.
and she'll lift that off, and she'll eat the butter off the bottom.
Do you know I thought I was addicted to the Bistoff ones at one stage?
Right.
Fuck, they're class.
Funny,
Not the Biscoff ones. Is it Rocky Road?
Aye.
Rocky Road with a bit of Biscoff. There's one.
I'm a-
Biscoff. Biscoff.
My big killer's the fucking cheese and onion discos, boys.
Really?
Oh my god.
I'm not a disco man.
John,
Like,
get away.
You're not a disco
You're not a
chick.
disco man.
do you remember like?
Just see John.
Do
John
you remember
Travolta.
do you remember how sour the salt and vinegar used to be?
Oh,
of
they
the
were
disco?
class.
Oh no, they're deadly,
I
John.
would
Class.
shudder. Like,
They're fucking deadly.
no, I would shudder.
Funny, there was a client who was talking to me the other day, said that she started listening to the podcast. It's like, boy, you boys talk a lot about food.
We love the
You
food.
love
like.
your food.
Look at us.
Do you know a man? You know a man
Do we
should
look
get on.
healthy, like?
You know a man should get on. Is Aaron Martin.
I'd love to.
Aye.
I'd love to hear from him.
He's
Actually.
he,
You mentioned the last time.
He's got a load of stuff. He's been a great man. He's the great man to talk about how it came about us finding out about the great uncles and the psalm and
That's
stuff.
right, yes,
he's the
yes.
man that came
Very
across it.
interesting.
You know what I mean? And he's the man that got it out and open. And at that time before, you know, you bought the Mid-Ulster Mail or you bought fucking the Derry Post or something, and that's where you get your, you know, it wasn't a phone like.
Yeah.
Aye.
And Marty D, two big pages on him in the middle of Mid-Ulster, like, you know,
Lethal.
talking about the whole discovery.
Talk,
you know
talk
what I
to us
mean?
about it.
I touched on it the last time,
Aye.
like, you know what I mean? But I mean,
Tell us a wee bit about it, because how did you find out that location was available? Like, was
that was up to me.
Was connected to you?
right. Well, so I'm part of the Donovan Ross Cultural Committee.
Yes.
Well, there's a committee, but I'm part of there. So I get invited by them to go to the Psalm along with Martin after we discovered about our great uncle was killed there.
Yes.
So I went over there. Fucking sobering experience, like it definitely was. It was. They were in England working, and they were conscripted there and brought back and told to join the Connacht Rangers. And then they found out about the 7th Enniskillen Fusiliers Battalion here in the town, and they signed up to them and went marched to Tipperary, and only made it to France whenever they were blew up in France in Gillemont, the Battle of Gillemont. And did I tell you the story about myself and my brother and my wife Alison going down exactly 100 years later?
You mentioned
On
something
the
about
9th, we ended up in with Tom Kettle's grandnephew. Tom Kettle was a barrister from Dublin, and him and Tom Redmond were big mates, and he had sourced the weapons. He went to Belgium to source the weapons for the Irish volunteers to fight against the UVF in the north, who were about to commit treason against the king.
Mm-hmm.
They were having none of the home rule, but the war broke out. So then they formed the UVF into the 36th Ulster Division, and they formed Irish Volunteers into the 16th Irish Division. And Tom Kettle he was a famous barrister from Dublin. He had went to Belgium to procure weapons, and when he got there, you know, there's no internet then. These guys were very religious. A lot of these men were very, very, very religious men, because that's, you know, there's no TVs, radios, nothing like that. Everything was religion.
Yeah.
So Kettle had been in Belgium, which was a predominantly Catholic country, and he'd seen what the Germans had done, and he was, you know, he just disgusted by it. So he came back and convinced Redmond to form up the Irish Volunteers and go to war. But Tom Kettle was killed in the same battle on the same day as my great uncle.
Oh.
So whenever we got, if you're ever walking through St Stephen's Green in Dublin, the next time you're walking through it, you look at the gates. Them's called the Fusiliers Gates.
Oh,
You look at the names and that. Names of all the guys that died in World War One.
I think I've only been there once, but it was
But
a nice spot.
Declan Kettle, Tom Kettle's grandnephew, they were having a 100th anniversary for Tom Kettle in St Stephen's Green. So we'd been to the Island Bridge Memorial to see a Celtic cross, which was built by the 16th Irish Division in Gillemont, where our boys blew up. One of them killed, one of them injured, and one of them survived. So, I mean, we got to put our hands on it, man, you know what I mean? You know, we don't know if they helped make it or not. I have some great photos of me and the brother and all, and the wife had. But the 8 lime trees up, 8 on one side, 8 on the other side, which is 16 for the 16th Irish.
Yeah.
But we had a book in there by email. So we were able to, we put the wee flag on it and with his army number on it.
That's
And
so
your man
cool.
says, I'll leave out there the day for you boys. And he says, I'll take it off tomorrow, you know, just to honour him today.
Yes.
So we knew that this thing was on for Tom Kettle and St Stephen's Green, so we drove over. But we're up for a nosy, and we were starting on the next thing, we were looking, the next thing, Martin, he had to get a photograph. There's a big there's a big stone in the middle of St Stephen's Green with Donovan Ross's head on it. And Aaron Martin's a big Donovan Ross man. So he was getting us we're taking photographs of him there, and we wandered over, and we could see the whole pageantry, the whole thing, all the Irish Army soldiers, and there all the seats and the TV cameras and all the rest of it. And next thing, this guy, he was chatting to us. He says, "What are you down today for?" We said, "Well, we're actually down honouring our dead great uncle who died on this day 100 years ago in the Battle of Guillemot." And he says, "No way, so was my... I'm Tom Kettles." We're like, holy shit, we couldn't believe it. We're like, holy shit. So I was on a pair of jeans and the fucking all the rest. He took us in, and he sat us down and all the rest of it. And then after it, we were taken to the Department of Foreign Affairs, which used to be the old Guinness House. We were taken to, and we were getting steak canopies and fucking...
Oh, you were getting...
Oh, aye. And thanks very much. And I was chatting to the university lecturer of history of UCD, and was talking to the university lecturer out of Trinity College. And we got to meet a whole load of ones, man. It was a fucking brilliant day, hey. And that was out of pure luck. That was us just... You know what I mean?
Just a random...
Aye.
That's
But,
unreal.
you know, who knows? Maybe them boys died in the same trench together or something. You don't know.
Very possible.
Do you know? Maybe in some way they're like...
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
And then yous meet up on that exact same day. That's
Weird. It's
That is
weird.
strange. It's almost meant to be, like, isn't it?
But I think a lot of people in this area, if they were look back through their census and stuff, and look back through, probably, you know, they'd find a lot of their...
Was it your brother that did most of this research?
Earl Martin was part of I think it was around the time the Peace 3 or Peace 4 money was about. So you could apply to get funding to do stuff and all the rest of it. But he was part of a peace building program at that time, and he got taken over to the Somme. And he went over to I think probably his representative of the club or whatever it was, and he went over and, oh, Jesus, man, we'd sort of knew something. I remember my dad talking about it. We knew something about one of the uncles. That's the way we thought about it. Was one uncle was in the army, but we didn't know.
You didn't know specifics.
Again, these lads were swept under the carpet by unionism
Yes.
and hid by republicanism because it didn't suit any narrative.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, because anyway, so I've sort of lost my train of thought there.
Your brother...
I saw Martin was over in Thiepval Tower. There's like big fucking drawers, and you pull them out. So you went to D for Donnelly. I think D. I can't remember how. There's a system behind it anyway. But he lifted it out and he found this guy called Patrick James Donnelly, but and Marfeld, South Derry. And like I talked about this in my first podcast about how he rung home and and it all came out
and
then,
all came
and then
out.
next thing just...
Class.
You know, that was brilliant.
I'd love to go down my family history and see what...
You should check it
Yeah,
out,
me
you know.
too.
I think the last available census, I think, is 1901. After that, it's a bit of digging, like.
I have an uncle that's done extensive work on the Beatties, which is great. We know a decent amount about the last about a century or more, definitely, and into the 1800s as well. Like,
Have you always been here?
Pubs and chip shops.
pubs and chip shops here.
On the Beatties, let's
On
go.
the Beatties.
Oh,
Beatties
aye.
chip shop, some chip shop.
Fuck, there's a wrecking match down there every Saturday night.
Yeah, Stepan wasn't a bad wee spot too. Like.
Aye, my dad used to drink in the step on.
Yeah, nice wee
I
pub.
remember,
Best pool table in Marfell.
when I went to primary school down here, it was St
known-
Joseph's at the
known for
time,
it.
and my dad used to come down to lift me. My mum was a cleaner in the school,
Yeah.
so rather other than me hanging about there, my dad would have come down and got me. But on the way home, they'd maybe done 3 pubs in the bookies. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask, what does your mum and dad do, or what did they do? What was their
My
background?
dad was, I don't ever remember him working. But by all accounts, he was a linesman, putting up electric poles and stuff. And this is how he met my mother. He met her out in Balmacquiggan when he was fucking wrecking and tearing through her backyard with a digger.
See,
So, I know. Out of the way, you bastard. Hey, next thing they're married, you know what I mean?
that's a good one.
So,
Very good.
And he was 18 years older than Mummy too,
Yeah.
you know.
I must have took some chatting up there.
Huh?
Wrecking around her backyard.
I'd say the old boy done all right.
Decent
Same
little chit
boy,
chat,
yeah.
like yourself, Kevin.
He was some actor too, John. Like he had sort of introduced us into the hunting end of things growing up.
I found that very interesting. You had like quite a I wouldn't say, what am I trying to say? A very nature orientated childhood, would you say?
I would say that, aye.
You know, in terms
definitely.
of what you were exposed to, you know, and
Because Hayfield Road, where we lived at, we were the very last road in Ennisfields.
yeah,
It's now Auburn, Mullaboy Glen, fucking Farm Lodge. You know, that was our playground, man. That reservoir was like, that was a big thing to get that reservoir 10 years of age. That was like cheese sandwiches and fucking half a bottle of juice. You know what I mean?
that wasn't the one you just jumped in. No, that was the quarry.
No, that was the
Carmain. Carmain.
Aye, that was
That's a
great,
great
lad. That was the real go-to place. Like
what was that? Like, what age were you back then for doing
Carmain.
that? Carmain. When you were diving in
I'd say
Carmain?
between 14 to 18.
Aye.
Aye.
So it was like just a wee like clubhouse, like.
It was sort of, when we got a good day in Marfelt, the brave headed out the road on their bikes and brought their old fucking trunks with them. And you used to get, there was this flatbed on it and everybody got changed there. And there's like this wee sort of a nursery jump.
Aye.
And
Get you ready.
aye, everybody jumped off that, and then you turn around, you start walking up this hill, and there's like a big fucking it was like a big jump, and then the very back one, at the very back, that was the worst of the whole lot, because then once you're on it, you had to swim the whole quarry out, and the water was freezing, man, you know. But it was like we didn't give a fuck, like you know, boys out in dinghies and all.
Class.
You know,
Do you remember the story you told?
oh, I mean, well, going off on BMXs and stuff like that,
on the bikes,
oh,
on the place.
fucking
Oh
mad.
yes, aye, that's
Remember
right.
when
Oh,
I was walking the dog the other night, and I was like, I must look back at Kevy's episodes, and one of the last stories I listened to was your mate on the bike with
Bruce.
Bruce doing the thing. People go back to them episodes and listen to them. But fuck me, I was doing some cackling out in the
Jesus,
fields,
John, like, you know, I'm not.
very funny.
We had a fucking fantastic childhood. With
no,
nothing, with fuck all,
sounded
but
like
with
some
everything,
crack, like,
with
that's
everything, with freedom, like,
Yeah.
with total freedom, and you know, I do feel sorry. I think it's a big part of your development as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you're growing up, say, in the countryside, and maybe if you're growing up right even around like. Say, I don't know, say your dad's a farmer or a mechanic or a welder or whatever, you're going to be sort of hands-on from a young, you're going to be sucking that all in, and you're going to know what the real world's about, do you know what I mean? Whereas like we were running around the estate fucking playing, if John Rambo was on, you come out and you wanted to be Rambo. You stole a red tie out of the house and tied it around your head and run around with a butter knife, you know what I mean?
You told us the story Crazy, how it came about, the name.
Oh, aye, Carlo Lapari.
What was it? Crazy Mandingo Warrior.
The Mandinka Warrior, aye.
Give us another spiel of that.
The fuck. It used to be there was Glenburn. If you go down the Hayfield Road, coming from St Pies as you're heading down there, and you look sort of once just where you go left at Auburn, there's like a big sort of fence, and there's a path that takes you down on the Glenburn.
Oh, yeah.
So to the right now, there's a park there. That used to be a sandpit in there, and in that sandpit there was like these big concrete pipes, and there's monkey bars, and there was like wooden steps across the monkey bars, and you had a big steel frame, and in that steel frame you had a pile of tires that were all attached with chains.
Yeah.
So you were climbing up them and fucking running up and down, and this is all covered in sand, and the next thing as you get out there, you started to catch on. The fucking the sand was stinking of pish. The pipes were stinking of pish. There's fucking dog shit in the sand pit. There's fucking beer balls, you know. And then there was an old wall. An old wall, like that's where all the boys went over and kicked the ball against the wall, or someone went over there, curtain down about old you know what I mean, whatever. And then behind the wall was like a football pitch. And during the summertime then, the Laparis and all the fucking Glenburn, Hayfield, Westland was all the sort of one sort of crew, all gathered up for a game of football. And I said to them, boys, Lapari had said to me to come down and play, and I was fucking shit football, right? Well, I wouldn't say I couldn't kick back doors on Halloween night, because I could, but I wasn't much good of a footballer. But
bigger target.
So you were fired into goals, and the goal post was a fucking jumper post or whatever. A jumper was used for a post. And then
Lethal. Love a game
fuck
of that.
guys, a real row about a goal. Like, it was the post, it was the post. Fucking thing bounced off your head and under the back. Like, it was the post.
Just killing each other, like, too.
But so anyway, I was meant to be down after I got my dinner to play the football match, and I got fucking sucked into watching this thing on TV about these Mandinka warriors in the middle of the Kalahari Desert. These boys were bouncing up and fucking down, you know, and they're, oh, this regalia on them, and you know, I was about 12, 13 at the time, and I just fucking loved it. And once it was over, I said, "Ah, fuck, I must go down here." I got down there when the game was playing. Carlo was like, "Oh, where were you at?" And I said, "I was watching the programme on TV with these crazy Mandinka warriors." He said, "You're a fucking crazy Mandinka warrior." So it was a Mandinka warrior for a while, then it was crazy. And
then that's...
you know, like, I look around the town sometimes.
Think it suits you?
Well, I don't know. I know. Times maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I'm used to it now. Like, my ma fucking hated it, God rest her. Like,
Is she?
oh, anybody, it used to be before mobile phones.
Oh, shit.
My ma's old phone number was 31659. So it used to be then that anybody rung the house, they'd say, "Hello, it's Crazy there." "No, Crazy lives here." Boom. That was it. So they called on quickly to call me Kevin, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of half lived up to 2, you know what I mean?
Oh,
but
no, you're a good lad.
I am not for changing now, John.
Oh, well, that's
52 coming, like, so.
You don't look it.
I feel it. For sure.
No, you look
But then, like, I partied for fucking, like, if I had no sense in my 20s at all.
Do you
Well, it's
regret
not that I
that,
had no sense. I just ripped the ass clean out of it. Like, and, do you know, and I don't know, I didn't have the same mindset. I wish I had that mindset earlier on. I wish I had a...
But you live and learn, like, you
I
can't
know,
really beat
but
yourself
Jesus,
up about
John,
that.
it took me a fucking long time to learn, like, do you know what I mean? So, but, you know, here, listen, as the man says, like, you know, I fucking got it done anyway at the end up.
You had a bit of crack along the way too.
Aye, like, I
You
wouldn't
enjoyed
change it now, like, definitely not. I had a chat with another mate one time, and, you know, we'd lost a couple of folk along the way, and he says, "You think about it, like, you know, why would you regret anything?"
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's
it
it.
wasn't as if fucking killed anybody or anything, like, you know what I
That's it.
mean? But anyway, we're getting very somber.
Aren't we?
Aren't we? What other topics you got there for us, John?
Hey, John, come on.
John goes to the phone.
Sure, a good fucking crack anyway. What was your first job? You might have mentioned it before, but what was your,
Oh, Jesus.
where's the
I-
skills?
I was a site labourer, John. I couldn't concentrate at all. My whole life was a problem of concentration.
Yeah.
And I've got a thing about fairness as well. I don't like somebody taking the piss out of you.
Yeah, yeah.
I let it lie for so long, and then it builds up on me, and then I'll find a way of getting either out of that situation or confront that person.
Yeah.
But before I confront the person, I'll get out of the situation first. But anyway, no, straight on the back of a work van, kid. Just fucking get her done,
Is that a
son.
crack?
It's mad. It's
What were
around
you
the time.
working at ever?
It's like you
What,
can
what was the jobs industry like the year you left school?
all around Belfast at that time. You know, the troubles was fucking flat out, but
Right.
you bit on down there. You're going down the road in the back of a fucking transit van, and the town was just empty and full of men in transit vans, and you know, a lot of the trades.
Still busy
and-
then?
It was so busy, like, you know, I mean, you're working with people from all around, you know what I mean? So, like, a lot of people came from the Mid Ulster area. A lot of workmen came from this area. Like, you were going through Toom, you couldn't get moving for white vans and stuff
Yeah.
at that time. But like, we were cutting out, you know, building shopping centres, or you were part of a bigger crew. You know what I mean? Maybe we were just renting out rooms and stuff. And at that time, like, I never had the skill set to actually settle myself down and fucking do a trade or anything. I was just, I don't know.
Do you think though?
I never had the confidence, I think.
But do you not think though, like the hills and the mountain stuff is more your sort of
Definitely.
cup of
I
tea?
took a big hit mentally, and all when my father died at 17. That had a big... I never really talked much about it to anybody. Well, there were people I talked to about it, but inside me, it took me a very, 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 very long time. I played the victim as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was an excuse for me, you know, oh, fuck, I'm drunk or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But then once I stopped playing the victim, that was it for me, you know what I mean? I just...
What was the hills for you? Like, when did you start getting up
That,
the hills?
the hills, like I said in our last podcast as well, I keep saying that, don't I? The hills came around, probably at the right time.
Yeah.
I had sort of stepped away from the party scene, trying to, still dipping in and out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking Henry McCulloch plays Bryson's You Go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're in the party scene or
100%.
not. You've got to fucking go see that, man, you know.
Drink a
So
Fanta
I'll never
orange.
forget it. And my brother Martin had arranged for me to go and do a walk in the Mourne Mountains, and he'd raised money for Men Cap. But the night before, Henry was playing in Bryson's, and I went to fucking slap a vodka and Red Bull and whatever else. Fuck me. Got up the next morning, right? Marty D come up, got me when I went to the Mourne Mountains. But I could chatting to the guy, he's called Ken Reid. Ken, I don't know if he's still in the Northwest Mountain Rescue, but Ken was a real smooth guy in the mountains, like, you know. He was leading the group that day. But once we got to the top of the mountain, we sort of looked around, and the group was, further back, and I got chatting to him, and that's how I got on the mountain rescue. That was my first mountain.
Yeah.
I hadn't done any other mountain. And the following week, I got a phone call from Yule Hamilton. Like I spoke before, he was Yule was the man that started the Northwest Mountain Rescue Team, and he phoned me and he says, "Look, meet the van in Mahara, or meet the Jeep in Mahara on Tuesday night, and come up to Derry. The Jeep's parked up on the it was in fire station in Derry City." And we went in there, and what we would have done was you stripped out all the gear. You stripped it all out, and you packed it back in. Then you stripped it all out, and you packed it back in. And you stripped it all out, and you logged it going back in. Do radio checks, and strip out the, check all the dates on your first aid equipment, and make sure all your lanyards, all your
stock check.
And you got to check all the dates of your harnesses and all that sort of stuff, because even though it's bar-tack stitching and all, and even though the likes of me and you would use it, like if the shit hit the fan and that was out of date, that would be used probably as a cause of accident or whatever it was, and it was. But anyway, that was my first. I was fucking 2 weeks in the mountains, and I was in mountain rescue.
Nuts.
Do you know what I mean?
Nuts.
So
just took to it naturally. Like.
For them, I was a blank page. Do you know what I mean? So once I got a wee sniff of the mountain rescue thing, I was like, "Fuck! I'm born to do this shit." I really, really felt it. I really felt that I fitted. And as it turned out, I fucking did fit.
Yeah.
And but anyway, most people fit if they're willing to give the time and the dedication to that. But again, personalities took over, man, and I can't deal with that shit. I don't fucking.
You just want to be chilled.
I just
have
want
a
to
nice
do the
time.
job, fucking get it done, whatever. But
That's all anybody wants.
but the problem is I was made section leader, and then certain people didn't like this, and I just said, "Fuck it, take
just
it,
silliness.
have it."
Was there anything else that kind of you gravitate towards other than the mountains? Like, is there anything else?
Fitness in general. I did a lot of running. I always did a bit of running. I always did martial arts, Fergal.
Yeah,
Always.
when did that start?
I did fucking. When I was 16, I did taekwondo for 2 years.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then
Where was that at?
that was with a guy that was done over in Marfeld High School.
Right.
There was about 15 of us did that. Fucking my spin kicks and everything was lethal.
Really?
Up until last year, I was still kicking the bottom of the door frame.
Could you?
Crazy kick.
Did you compete?
No, I didn't. My brother Seamus actually fought, but it was more me and my brother. Anytime a sort of martial arts club started, the two of us would have went.
You just jumped on.
So then Thai Guk came out. That was like
I think I went to Taiguk when I was younger.
it was sort of like a mixture of different martial arts, but the girl that ran it was very, very good. Emmett McNally and Mickey Young and all them boys. A lot of them MMA boys started their life out doing Thai Guk. I remember training with Mickey, and I remember thinking, wow, he'd lovely form, and he used to. You ever hear of a thing called a kata? Right, so you're mimicking a fight, but you have to have certain movements. And you have to do it. It's certain. I remember watching them boys doing it and thinking, what it took to memorize that there and all. I remember thinking, fucking wow. But then a lot of them boys all gravitated. Like, I remember two of the black belts in Thai Guk, Danny Doherty. A big shout out to Danny and Emmett. I trained with them boys, but I was never a fighter, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved the training.
Yeah.
But I'd never the bollocks to fucking step up and fucking do that shit. It takes a different character.
Different character.
But if I had to fight and defend myself, I'll fight to the fucking death. But anyway.
Just to let everyone know. Right
so I don't carry any weapons. But,
all those boys in those split groups, right?
So a lot of them boys then gravitated towards MMA.
Yeah. Because it seems like the natural progression.
That's of course it was for them boys, and them boys pushed it. Like Mickey Young and Danny and Emmett and them boys, they really, them boys and the likes of Gregory Lawhern and all them early days boys in my mind,
It'd be great to get somebody on.
They were long before the Roddies and the Tommy Quinns, and they were sort of like, I think Tommy and Ryan actually trained in Emmett McNally's dojo.
I think so,
Emmett was a right hard wee bugger, like he fucking didn't mess with him.
Crazy.
But my brother took a fight on his behalf. He was injured. He got injured. He was doing the door and Dormans, and he got injured. One night, some guy gouged his eye or something.
Dangerous old job.
So we were going to do it was May the 25th. It was my father's anniversary. I'll never forget it. We were driving down the road, and he'd AC/DC fucking pumping. We were giving it the whole thing. He was fucking this here. So he was fighting at that time. I think it was the number 3 at that weight class in the north. He walked in and got the Ballyclare comrades. You can imagine Ballyclare comrades, right? Seamus opens the boot. And what does he pull out of the boot? His kit bag. What was his kit bag? O'Donovan fucking Rossa. So we had to do the whole walk through the car park, walk through Ballyclare comrades, and the place rammed, right? And he never passed a fucking remark.
Well, I suppose.
So anyway, there was a 3-round fight, and it went to about the last 20 seconds. And had it been scored in points, or Seamus had the fucking shite. Taekwondo was coming through, you see, and he's punching, kick, punching, spin kicks all over the place. But your man took him down in the last win of seconds and fucking won the fight. But they were following him. Your man followed him into the changing rooms after it and said, look, Seamus, the Northern Ireland team's training down in Queens very soon. Why didn't you come down? He's like, no, the fishing season's starting.
I love it.
The man is fishing the fucking brain.
Yeah,
like,
lethal.
he lives and breathes the fish.
Class.
But he's another animal. He's an animal. Like, you know, I've always looked up to Martin and Seamus, my 2 brothers. And Seamus is he was a great athlete. He doesn't do as much now. But, you know, we're all different. The 3 of us is very, very different, but 3 fucking idiots. Hey, and I love getting together with them too. You know what I mean? Like, I come across as a grumpy old bollock sometimes with them, like, but do you know what I mean? I'm just, you know, they're my brothers, like, but I love being with them, man. I love being with them, man.
There's a lot of similarities between you and your brother relationship and my brother's relationship.
Like I love what Seamus does. Seamus is a perfectionist, like, and Martin's a perfectionist, and do you know like. Our Martin chases his work all the time. Seamus chases his, you know, they're both fucking top of their game.
Dedicated.
Like,
Can you say what they do, or?
Well, Seamus works for Specialist Joinery over in Maharav, so he's involved in
a great company.
He fucking loves. They are a fantastic company, man. And again,
do that Christmas thing every year.
I was at the Christmas thing there, and it's absolutely amazing what they do. Absolutely, I am not joking. Hey, absolutely blew my mind. Like, I worked there and fucking fell out with everybody, you know what I mean? But I was put under wild pressure. But anyway, I bear no grudges. But what they do, what that family does, and where that money goes is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And how they treat their workforce is fucking second to none. But hold on, let me tell you this. Don't go there thinking you're going to get a fucking easy ride, because you got to work, man. You know what I mean? They're not going to let you fucking mess about. Do you know
Place of professional
They'll bring you through. If you want it, you'll get it. Do you know? But Seamus has been there a very, very long time. There's a lot of good lads working in there. I know a lot of good fellas in there, and the work they do is fucking phenomenal, man. You know what I mean?
Real interesting projects and stuff.
Unbelievable. They've
some of the
clean
locations
off.
are
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you another outfit warms my heart as well. Satanta.
The construction. Yeah,
I'd love to see that there as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They did a big job in Kensington and London. Give them a wee follow on Instagram. Follow what they do. Like, they do a lot of fucking what do you call that? Low carbon and zero fucking
ESG.
All that. They do all that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I worked with them guys. I had an opportunity with them guys again. Party. Blew it. Yeah. They were willing to take me through whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're a great company as well. Great lads that run the company. And, you know, like, Niall's a fucking fantastic joiner, but a real super brain, and Mark's the same. Like, no matter what Mark would have done, he would have made money. You know what I mean? He's one of them boys. You know, they're always on the hunt. Them, you know, the people's always, you're chasing it now, Fergal, too. John, you're chasing it. You're like me. You get the fucking handy number, lad. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take them all night, the bastard. You have to break out podcast up, boys. You know what I'm saying?
I was just like,
Jesus Christ.
It's Jude's turn.
Jude, we chatted about your injury already, didn't we?
But I can turn you all off. The fuck.
I've got a video.
I just wanted to have a chat with you, like.
I've got a video of Jude, right?
Yeah.
I don't. Were you there that day we were in Donegal?
No, I wasn't. No. I wasn't.
So when you go up the Miner's Path and you're climbing Muckish Mountain, right, about halfway, Jude.
Aye.
But halfway up it, right, is where the miners used to sort of mine everything.
Yeah.
And there's old remnants of the equipment they used to use, and it was all rusted. And was there an old engine or something? What was it?
There was something type of
And
engine or something.
The broadest North Derry accent. I'd take that there for the fucking injectors into that. You want to hear? I have the video of it. Hey, well, I'll have to find it. I'll find the video and I'll send it to
Send
you.
me it,
Right?
I'll stick it up in this.
Fuck it is mad. Hey, it's mad. And we were laughing at you, the big broad accent, but that was a mad. That was a class day. Lad. And funny. I was doubting myself that day as well, the way that we came down. But I got chatting to another fella, and he said, "Nah, that's the way it's done, mate."
That's great.
He said, "That's the way it's done." He says, "You actually walk that ridge out and come down that wee valley." And we were coming down through this. What would you call it? A gorge.
I thought of a gorge.
We were coming down this gorge, and it was fairly hellard as well, wasn't it? It was, you sort of had to watch, but there was a wee path through it.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see where the deer had been lying?
Oh yeah, down in right
And
down
to
in
the
that
left.
wee gorge. Yeah.
You could see where the deer had been lying,
Deadly.
right? And they're lying on that gorge, and they're close to water. There's
No
protected
wind
on that
at all,
side,
no
protecting
wind
that
at all.
side with the wind. And if they need to go, they can go straight up that gorge or straight away, And you could see where they're lying, sleeping at. You could see the shape of them and all.
That's class.
But we missed a trick there that day, Jude.
Should have got a gun.
No. Well, apart from that, there's 2 tricks we missed. We should have fucking done the cold water dip on that.
We should have.
Aye.
But we seen fucking eagle.
Eagle. We've seen an eagle. I have the video of that as well. We actually seen an eagle.
cool.
A buzzard chasing an eagle.
It was like a dogfight. It was like a
It was lethal, lad. It was a fucking Messerschmitt and a Spitfire going at all, I have the
Sound
video of it.
effects.
I have the video of it. We were like, Wayne's, holy fucking shit. You
The
couldn't
buzzard
believe
was
it.
beating the eagle.
No, there was nobody really running. They were both just like going
Go
at
for
each
it.
other.
But then what happened was they moved across a bit. Remember, then a second one come in. And then the eagle headed for the sea.
Would they
Aye,
be?
'cause
Would they
it's-
be very rare? Would they?
They are.
Eagles are
The
rare.
farmers are bad
But
cunts
would
up there,
buzzards be
man.
rare?
Aye.
Buzzards aren't rare now.
Buzzards aren't rare now. Buzzards are small enough that they're eating.
Buzzards
They're lifting like small rabbits around this time of year on the wee rabbits. That's why you hardly see a rabbit now.
Right.
And you see this explosion of
Buzzards
fucking buzzards.
are snapping up the rabbits.
You see 3 buzzards together, you always see one slightly smaller. So that's the mother fella and the baby. They only really have 1 chick per year.
And that's how they
But-
kind of live.
Well, they're lifting roadkill and they're
We used to see loads of wee rabbits around our farm.
No, the
No,
buzzards
no,
have them
to be
all
fair.
cleaned up and agricultural as well.
It's interesting. I'd love to know why the buzzards are growing so quick.
Well, they're redding up the rabbits, they're redding up the squirrels, they're redding up anything, the mice. You know what I mean?
Did they not try and do a resurgence of the buzzards as well at some stage, like years ago?
I don't know. I don't.
Sounds like
they do
they.
stuff for eagles and stuff for a lot
And
of time.
Donegal and Kerry, but
But,
farmers keep poisoning the eagles because eagles are fucking big. Like
Lambs.
an eagle's maybe standing that size.
Aye, going
Do you
after
know what I
the
mean?
lambs and
So
stuff
they're
like that.
lifting
Serious?
lambs. Oh, aye, eagles are big. So they're maybe lifting lambs and maybe lifting, and you can see where the farmers are coming from. But fuck me, like,
You think the pigeons are big in Belfast City Hall until there's a fucking
a big eagle. I'm gonna fuck you up, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, unreal. It'd be class to see. I wish I'd have seen that.
That is nuts.
What else you got on there, John? Come on.
Do you know I'm going to avoid the screen as much tonight as I can. And
Right,
we'll
okay.
We'll just chat because
Well, nobody's looked at the screen in the last half an hour. What are you talking about?
everything we talked about was on the screen. So sorry, guys. I was actually going to bring up Glenn White. I
Glenn.
had a wee video of him there today. He put up a good one about sharpening your axe.
Yeah, that was
a good video.
former American president wrote that.
It's a very, very good one.
Mike Glenn's a good lad. So
Funny,
he is.
Glenn was. I always thought he was like kept on talking about your accent. With the last hike we went on, it was hilarious.
Really?
Because
I didn't
it's,
even
it's
notice
so
an
polar.
accent.
It's so polar opposite from Glen to yours.
Fergal, they should put gates in the Glen Shane Pass. keep them North Derry bastards out the fuck off. You're in South Derry City now, son. All right, you watch here. This is South Derry City, son. You're in my house, motherfucker. My house, baby. Yeah.
What was this Glenn said on that hike? I'm probably talking out of turn, but he was like, whenever he's about to go into a fight or like doing anything aggressive, he puts on his accent just turns posher.
No, he goes camp.
I goes camp. That's what it was.
Oh, that's fucked. going to slap you about now.
That's exactly it.
I'm going to beat your bottom. You will get slapped.
Some gangster boy.
That's right.
Next thing, he's like, all right, mate.
Oh, well, that's
Go fucking do you, son.
exactly.
You think I'm coming? Excuse me, I'm going to slap you.
Because he was telling us about that he did like a martial art with sticks or something. I can't
He did a
remember.
screamer.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
it's a Filipino martial art.
Crazy.
I did it for a while as well.
Did you?
Yeah, but not to the extent that Glenn did it.
But he said there was like
Killers, boys
Aye.
that were fucking really
and to
going
get
for
into
it.
a certain club, you had to like fight a guy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like
Aye.
not to the death.
So
but, like,
a lot of the stuff, the screamer and the salat and all, is used by a lot of the military, a lot of knife defense,
Aye.
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in it, but Brazilian jiu-jitsu and Western boxing, if you learn them two, you're flying.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you watch one of the Jason Bourne films, right,
He's a lot
and
of-
any of the Liam Neeson Taken, why does he have to do that in the middle of a fucking podcast?
it's because he's got
Could
to
he not say
He's got to change
pause instead of
He's got to change.
I don't like ruining the flow. Is that not more respectful?
now we don't even know what we were talking about. What were we talking about there?
Is that
Oh, the salat.
Yeah. What
Liam
movies are
Neeson
from?
in Taken,
yeah.
right? You see the way he...
Oh yeah, right enough. Yeah, it
that's
makes
all-
sense.
that's
It's all
all-
close.
That's all salat.
Kinda,
Myself and another fella from the Loop actually started the Salat Club in the Loop. It's still going. I did it for 6 years, man. Fucking class. And I did it for a couple of years before that. But then we were doing combat salat, and then there's a couple of other guys came on board and wanted to, which I can understand, they wanted to keep the purest form of salat, and they wanted to do the Indonesian, they wanted to bring all the Indonesian stuff onto it, but we were using it more for, combat salat. So if somebody's throwing a punch, you were blocking it, and you were taking a knife out of the hand.
yeah.
and you were
Okay.
using the
Yeah.
thumb as the
More
gate.
practical
Oh, cool.
versions
all
of it.
that, all
That's
that,
interesting.
all that nice stuff, and it's never left me, like the guntangs, and you do all the different stuff, and there was you're always in this sort of stance here. You're always there.
Well, that's cool.
You were fighting from there, so you were walking up and down the fucking hall. And they were making you fucking punch, and then you're doing all your knife stuff, and
It's all from that position.
aye, and so your knife was the clock. So 1, 2, 3,
Ah.
10, and you have to do the block for 10, whatever.
That's
it was.
cool.
It was nice stuff.
You could tell how that would translate very well for film.
Listen, whenever something goes down that close there, somebody's going to drop an elbow or somebody's going to grab you. So if you were to take me, I'll show you 3 different ways of getting rid of it using salat methods.
Yeah.
You know,
Would you not think though judo would be
judo, aye, for throws.
for throws and for grab?
And
for
you see,
grips and
in
stuff?
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, is there any
Try it,
throws?
Fergal.
Don't.
Do one wee move. One wee
No,
move.
no,
No,
he's-
I've got that knee, lad.
It's a bad knee. It's a bad knee. No. See the way he always throws you under the bus?
I know. He's
That
horrible to
bad
me.
bastard.
I just wanted to watch. I thought it'd be entertaining.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of stuff you mentioned there. Like
Frank did it for a while.
Aye, but I remember Ian's boys doing that years ago. I
Aye.
watched a documentary on it. The history of it's well
That's
interesting.
unbelievable.
I could be completely wrong here.
The
but
cramp
was
up the
there-
knife they have and all.
Was it not basically boils down to the least amount of movement to the most amount of death? I guess.
That's
Was it a hitman thing?
Aye, there-
hundreds
so-
of years ago in Thailand.
if you what happened was in Indonesia, they used whatever they had to fight when they were in the fields. So the cane sticks and a wee knife called a crampet, and it hooked over your thumb. It hooked over your thumb.
yes,
and
I've
come
seen
round.
those.
I have one in the house. I'll give
They're
it to you.
vicious looking. Don't.
I'll give it to you.
I've
Stop
enough-
giving him dangerous stuff.
So we curly knife. Right?
Aye, they're vicious looking.
Oh, that's I have one. I got one brought from Indonesia. Well, they were brought over from Indonesia. I'm trying to make it sound as if I got one brought from Indonesia. But the guy came over from Indonesia. We were down training in Dublin. I got my photo taken with him. He was actually in Star Wars in the film. What the fuck? CSEP, Guru CSEP. You can check that out. He was in one of the Star Wars and he had a fight on fucking one of the spaceships.
Cool.
But we trained with him in Dublin. So we did. It was a clean fortune for fuck all. So you know what I mean?
No,
So we
it's-
said
It's interesting. Like,
it's a good martial art, Fergal, right? But I sort of, me being me, I like to move on. I don't like to fucking hang around, man. I like to get more information, do
Aye,
more things. Do you know?
my brother Joe, he does a bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu as well. Most of us do, but he got really into the sort of history of all of martial arts and
Wing Chun was designed by a woman.
really.
With Bruce Lee's biceps down, Chun.
I don't think the camera didn't see it. It's fine.
It's all right. I was wondering what John was looking at.
We'll
the
just
whole
blur it.
time. John,
Like a
John,
custom.
We'll
John-
blur it. We'll have to blur it
John
out.
kept looking at me for a going.
Licking his lips.
No, do you know why? I finished my water and you have a pint of water there. And just
Here, have it.
And tea.
Fucking
Have it.
He wants your tea
look at
though.
that. Is that a peace offering?
A peace offering.
I'm
I'm not finished yet.
You refuse
I'm
to
not
pay?
finished yet. You always keep an ace in your back pocket, don't you? How long have we been talking now?
I don't know.
An hour and 40. Fuck me.
I know. Joe was saying anyway that there's a martial art that originates from Ireland. There's like an ancient.
Oh,
martial
stick fighting.
Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah. That's
A bit of sticking.
A bit of sticking, boys. Could you imagine the road outside the chapel?
Here.
Couldn't you? You bastard, you're on my seat.
We're now onto the we're now onto the future sticking. It's just the blue pipe.
That's where it originated.
2020
It didn't exist before alkaline pipes.
2024.
No, you can't say anything.
Sticking.
No,
The future of
you can't
sticking.
say it to me.
Do we know?
That's right.
Well, sure, what do we know?
I definitely don't know.
Oh, fuck. Hey, is
still
there
wants
any
to
word
be
of a
employed.
fucking piss break in this job or what?
Piss break now.
Is there?
We'll do a push break, guy.
Go for it.
For or
Oh, 100%.
Aye.
aye? Is that it?
I need a push as
Is
well.
that it? Is that it?
Cut.
This is Radio 4. Ladies and gentlemen. Aye, well, here, I'm going to show you a wee trick here.
Do
Oh, you doing?
available at the flax. Available. Jude.
He's doing it for the bar.
Oh, is this a trick?
So
Are you going to
everyone-
show me the Illuminati in the bag or something? Oh fuck!
And look at that, we can all have.
Look at that. Look at that.
Good stuff. Jude, you're not going to get anything.
Fuck him. He'll be alright.
This must be like a mountain.
He's dying though.
here eating herbs.
This is a mountain man. Sort of, is this a scale of the mountains taught you?
No, I wouldn't try that. Chris up there, lad.
This is for the bar.
What would you bring up on a hike with you? What's your routine for a hike?
Oh.
Give us a normal hike up the Cairn to her hill, and then give us a 7 sevens.
Jude always has the best snacks. I'm just going to add when he's up. In the
Well,
morning.
I mean, sorry, folks.
You're right. ASMR, people love it.
So, normally if I'm doing sleep galleon or Carntahar, I'll not carry any food at all. But I'll always carry a hot drink and a cold drink.
Yeah.
And the reason why I don't carry food there is because I'm up and down on our...
You're not up that long.
You know what I mean? Unless, of course, if sleep galleon, you can go... Once you get to the top of sleep galleon where the aerial is, you're not at the highest point.
No.
You have to go over to Tinta. So sometimes there's a wee hut there, and you can get into the hut and sit down.
How'd that hut get up there?
It's a farmer's hut.
Oh, is
For
it?
us to get in for shelter when he's up checking sheep and stuff. But people talk the piss, and that's why I tell anybody, I don't like anybody leaving anything behind on the mountain or anything like that.
No.
You know, so it's a great wee spot. You can cook on it and all. But you can get, you know, you have all two different types of food, John, but you're always best to carry stuff, you know, like a pre-packed sort of boil in the bag dinner.
You do.
Simply like a ration pack, like an army ration pack.
Right.
You want to eat high calorie stuff. You want to eat nuts as well for energy. I would carry a bag of nuts, but I just got to the stage now where before I leave the house, I have a good feed of porridge.
Yeah.
And
Sticks to you that.
and
Just
then
about to say that,
whenever we were driving down to the Mourns, there's a garage on the other side of Belfast. We always pull in, and I go fucking straight over and get an egg, sausage, and bacon bap.
Yeah.
And I bit that under me, right? So when I'm in the Mourns, I don't eat until I have 2 tuna sandwiches. Whenever we stop, I always have a break halfway through the fucking walk where you stop and eat, and that's where I'll eat them, and then I'll not eat nothing until I get home. Unless we stop at the shop, maybe get a look at eating a bag of crisps just to kill the hunger on the way home, because you'd eat a horse coming off a mountain.
100%.
But
Mealmore. You ever get a wee fry?
John, no, fuck. We went on to Mealmore one time and we sat down.
I had a great time. We went with Ross's group.
Oh, you always have a good fucking time, don't you? You would have.
They must have seen you coming. There's
No,
that. There's
I'll
that
tell you what
crazy.
happened to us.
There's that crazy
I
fucker
tell you what
coming.
happened to us. We come off the mountain and we're all, hangry.
Yeah.
And there's this wee girl, she's all on her own, hey.
Yuck.
And the fucking crowd was all camping. You know where you can camp down
Aye,
there?
that's right, yeah.
Crowd was all camped out the back, and there's this wee girl was on the till. I don't even fucking think she knew what we said there, to be honest. But I don't eat more crisps, man.
Work away.
Here, the hospitality is crushed in the country at the moment.
Well, 45 minutes.
Was it as nice as Chris? Was it as good as Chris? Alright. Just needed like a gravy.
I can't wait to the listeners driving in the car.
If you're on your way to
We're going
work,
to a fucking ditch. Like.
if you're on your way to work, I do apologise. They'll be spitting out their fucking hot food out of Tim. What was I saying there?
The woman at the till shouldn't even hear you. Neilmore.
Aye. And, oh, fuck me. So then, we eventually got the food, about an hour later, and it was cold. Well, never again.
Never again.
So, if you ever...
What if you went back and there was 4 staff?
Well,
There you go.
I'll think about it. I'll weigh the situation up when I'm there.
Good.
But there was no tradition for us as well, coming out of Newcastle. You always stop in Dundrum at the fish and chip shop,
Oh, nice.
because they cook the fish catched in the bay that day.
Oh, beautiful.
So if you're into fish and chips, this place in Dundrum, it's just a fucking shitty wee chip shop, like. But it's on the main street.
It's unreal.
It's on the right as you come into Dundrum, but it's on the left as you're coming out of Newcastle. If you can wait them 5 minutes to drive out of Newcastle to get to Dundrum, stop there and get a fish supper, boys.
Deadly.
There's nothing like it.
Shout out.
A fish supper and a can of Coke. More crisps, shut him up.
What was your childhood like around the area? No, whenever you started integrating with the countryside and all the different towns and villages and stuff. Was it St. Pius's? You sort of seen that first,
We never had a car growing up.
right?
So, I never got out of Marfelt till I was fucking school trips. You know what I mean? That was the only time, maybe out to Balmacquiggan to my granda's. That was it. But, well, it wasn't easy for my ma. Dealing with what you had. But she's done a fucking good job, man, you know?
You definitely did. I was going to say there, you never chatted about Martin. Your brother Martin.
Oh, Marty D.
Aye.
Mr. Spice of Life.
Spice of life.
Oh, why? It's going well, man.
I was saying to you that we had a party there a couple of years ago, and since then we've been using them, but they were left in just a big pack of stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff was class.
Well,
Like they left everything that you could need to throw on all the different meats and all that sort of
oh,
stuff.
fuck, it's unbelievable. You can marinate your stuff.
Burger sauce. I recommend the burger sauce to anybody.
Good.
Jesus
Well-
Where does
Christ.
he sell sauces?
Uh-huh.
Aye, Spice of Life. And it's like different spices, obviously, and then you've got your sauce range and stuff, and the burger sauces. But all the other stuff's class too. All top notch. Garlic, I think they did a
Well-
garlic dip too.
I want to get myself composed here.
Yeah.
Martin's been with that company, Spice of Life. They're from West Cork. He more or less since it started.
Very good.
And they've more or less took over the market.
Lethal.
But the good thing about it is it's gluten free. You can marinate any type of meat. You have all sorts of stuff, and you have all these cranberry sauces and pots and stuff. His curry sauce is fucking great.
Is it good, aye?
It's lethal. You just heat it up, mate. So you get these wee sachets as well. They're like $1.50 each. So if you're having a steak, you have the sachet of fucking pepper sauce. You set the sachet into a cup, not opened. Just cut the corner of it. Put it in the microwave, 2 minutes, 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Pour it
alright.
over your steak. Pepper sauce.
Lethal.
You know what I mean?
I've had that one too.
It's unbelievable. But
Sorry,
Aaron Martin's get the gift of the gab, like.
Is that what what's his job title?
He's a business development manager.
Very good.
So he's in charge of all UK operations.
Deadly.
very good.
He's never off the road. So
It's an interesting job.
he loves it, man. He's great. Aaron Martin would sell sand to the Arabs, like, you know what I mean? He goes into them butchers and he's, well, lad, and he knows every man. How's your fucking brother's wife's aunt's fucking goat? You know what I mean? He remembers everything.
Just a bit of a yarn, like. That's all anybody ever
Oh,
wants.
no, he goes on, there's no bullshit with Miller, like, you know.
Yeah.
But that Space of Life stuff's really, really good, man. Fucking definitely.
Cool. I just wanted to mention it because it is.
But he keeps a cold store here in County Antrim.
Right?
Down there, so they get the stuff delivered up from Cork.
Yeah.
He orders it and the lorry brings it up, and then they keep it down there in the cold store. And then they have a lorry or a van man in Belfast, and they have another guy in Donegal, and they have another guy, I think, is it Galway, another guy in Dublin,
Very good.
and another guy looks after Cork and Kerry, and then there's like 40 in the factory.
For anybody local, do you know many places it's in at the moment locally?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Would it be in most butchers? I feel like it's in most butchers.
McAtammany's,
I think I might have seen it in JC's.
I think, maybe.
Maybe in with the
Space of Life.
It's maybe in with the Kellys group. The Kellys own a lot of them.
And they've took over everything.
Hopefully, shout out to whoever
Aye.
get that product in the shops. The Spice of Life's fucking great stuff. Like, have to say,
It's the best stuff out there. It's
100%.
very, very close to what you want it to be. You buy a sauce there, you buy a sweet and sour sauce, you fucking, Jesus, some of them's rotten.
Aye.
But their stuff's
You're
lethal.
kind of taking a chance,
Aye.
aren't you? And then
Aye.
but their stuff's quality.
Oh, fuck, alright. So, hey, you don't do any more of the Marfelt menu or anything like that, or?
Did we not do it with you?
You did, but you don't do any more of them sort of wee
We quiz games.
segments. You give
Do you
up the
know
segment.
this episode completely rocked. Like, you know, it just started and I never even got into it.
Aye, we kind of threw you off, didn't we?
I didn't mind. I had loads. I had loads of videos as well. Like, but
What's the
Do you want to play a wee video?
yeah, here I've got I was going to go through some local history.
Go ahead.
I've got a lot on it. Sorry for any audio listeners. We're going to start describing what we're doing a wee bit more.
Who's always the best, but boys.
Oh,
What are you doing? He's fucking choking them down. Fucking choking them down, like. You're some pup.
oh no.
This is the last time you're on this podcast. I'm telling you that now.
Oh, why, Glenn? We forgot
fuck
about
here.
yours.
Glenn, look.
Glenn, sorry, we didn't forget about you.
That's break.
We're getting back to Glenn. Hang on.
They're so smart, isn't they?
That's so smart.
If you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Now, just recently, I felt overwhelmed and frantic with the amount of work that I've got to do. And I realised all of the hustle and grind, all I've really achieved is to become a busy idiot. So today I felt the urge to crack on and do the stuff that's so urgently needed to do and do some of the important
The background music's hilarious, isn't it?
to sit in nature, to listen to the river, to listen to the birds, to get some sun in my eyes, to get some nature in my face, to just stop. Because this is how I sharpen my axe. This is how I allow myself the mental space, the mental bandwidth to achieve the things that I want to do. So this is just a friendly reminder to just say self-care is never a waste of time. It's often the low-hanging fruit that we neglect that actually is the main driver for us getting the things that we want to get done. So don't feel scared to just stop. Take some time for yourself and just get some nature in your face.
Hey, man.
It's usually
Glenn the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got a
No, it's wise words.
He's in the middle of his mountain leader.
bit of motion.
That's right, yeah. He was telling us about it.
That's fantastic to hear. He's well suited to it, like, as well.
He could make the last one.
Yeah. Did she actually finish that?
The last date for his assessment. You're a lucky man, John, because I was going to let down. You see, he moved quick. Hey,
Here. I learned quick.
yeah.
I learned very quick.
Hey, I grew up with 2 other brothers, lad. I fought for my food.
Anyway.
What else have you in the
Oh,
agenda
fuck,
there?
sorry.
Aye, come on.
Marafelt. Had a nice, actually, a wee history tour of Marafelt that I had planned. We're not going to get to it all, but I wanted to put on this song. Have you heard Marafelt Mayfair?
Yeah, you mentioned this before.
Have you heard of
Aye.
You fancy it?
Slave Gallon Brace, you ever hear that?
Haven't heard that, no.
Ah,
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just
covered by some very famous people as well, John, might I add.
Very good.
Celtic
What do you want me to do with that information, Kevin?
Observe it.
We want you to get Andy Irvine on the podcast.
I want
Andy
you to
Irvine.
observe it. I want you to type it onto fucking YouTube and play Sleeve Gallon Braze.
Do we have? Oh,
Can we do that after this
can.
song? No worries.
John wants to listen to this song.
you turn it into a reaction video. Lad.
That looks like Bryson's bar, lad.
Is
It
it
is.
Bryson's?
Uh-huh.
It is.
That's the old Bryson's. There's McMahon, that woman McMahon to the left. Mary McMahon. No, we're not going to see anybody else.
Here, you'd pay good money to be at one of them during in the audience of that, I think.
I never see the front bar. It looks so big.
Aye. Look,
It's huge.
do you know what I was
There's nobody
thinking?
in it.
Do you know what I was thinking when I was watching this? You see that close on shot? Where did they put that camera?
Aye, where did they put that camera?
So that
Super wide
That-
lens.
Super
must
wide
be-
lens on
No,
on
he
top,
would have been-
right behind the stove.
he would have been actually this before that had been that stove, that brick bit of the
Light's
stove
different.
was never there.
Oh shit! That's right.
That stove used to sit on its own.
Aye, that's right.
There used to be an old guy there, man.
Here, I'll
What
turn
was
this
his
down a
name?
wee bit.
No, keep it on the back.
Just turn it
Nice in the
down.
back, alright.
He's only recently dead. He fought in the beaches of Normandy. His son is a film director in England. Andy Charles was his name.
Right.
You can Google him. You don't believe me. Andy fought in the beach of Normandy, man. Right. And he used to drink in Bryson's, and he'd go to the stove, and he ordered a pint bottle, and he'd set it in the stove until it warmed, and then he'd drunk it.
A pint of what?
Whatever was in a pint bottle, you know. But do you remember pint bottles? Do you?
And he used to warm them.
No,
He used to warm the pint bottle on the stove.
that's right.
But I'd say that shot, whoever
rotten.
took that shot sitting in that bay of the window.
yeah. So they got
Yeah.
a bit more space.
It's a lovely wee bar when it's all done up like that too, like, isn't it? Just the lighting and all is nice.
Fucking good crack.
Nice sound.
But I'd be honest, boys, I melancholy music, folk music like that, some of it I really love,
Yeah.
but there's all of it I
Aye.
just can't.
You have to be
But
in the mood.
I
It's,
can't.
it's just like anything. There's levels of great songs, and you know that
I
sort of way.
love Planksty. You ever hear of a band called
Oh, Jesus,
Planksty?
rare, isn't it?
Fucking love them. Mate.
Hands down.
Planksy.
Planksty. Christy Moore's first band.
Chill,
Oh,
lads.
Jesus, where would it start here? Go on, gang up.
I'm not a massive Christy Moore
I
fan.
know, this has got nothing to do with Christy Murna.
I have don't care much for
Should we-
Christy Moore that much. Like
should
he's
we put
decent
Some
enough.
cracker tunes.
Christy's decent enough, like, but I'm not a fan. His first
You should
band.
look- you need, no,
He's one.
He just said it was his first band.
but it's not really his first band. It's Planksy. They're folk thing. It's different than a band.
Ah, for fuck's sake. You just tell me what it is, Jude. Like,
stick on your album sometime. Definitely, it worked.
It's Irish trad and steroids, John. That's maybe a way of
Should we stick it on now?
Did you ever hear? What was the story?
how do you spell it?
Planksty. Planxty.
Really?
This is
Well,
going.
100%. You need a reaction video of John doing this.
I know.
All them, right?
Ah,
Is
just
this it?
play that. Just play that and turn it up.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Live Vicar Street.
Yeah.
100%.
Is this going to turn into like one of those drunken nights out after a night out? Going, lad, put on this song after. I get to pick the song.
I know.
Someone play Wonderwall.
Aye.
Someone play
Right,
Wonderwall.
and you see that meme I put up where the wife turned around to assist the husband, will you stop playing Wonderwall? And he went, I said maybe.
that's
That's brilliant.
Audio listeners, we're listening to Planksy live at Vicar Street.
Donald Lunny, Andy Irvine, Liam Flynn and Christy Moore.
He was in the band.
Huh?
I didn't say.
All of a sudden he knows everything about them.
This is some video.
Is it shite
Turn
or
it
not?
up, turn it up. Do you hear it, John?
I have it full
Hear it,
blast.
it
lad.
builds.
Does it build?
Just pull it.
When are we waiting? Oh,
We're watching the full hour and a
That's
half.
them there, look.
I was worried there. I thought that was the music video.
Ian Pipes.
This is great.
Oran's going mad.
He's playing
That's it, John. That's all you need to say.
Do you know where I seen actually was something there last year was George Murphy and the Rising Suns? You ever heard about them?
It sounds like a fucking rap band.
No, not
Doesn't
really.
it?
No, it's not.
George Murphy and the Rising Suns are coming to get you with their guns.
They're very good. I'd give them a wee look
I
up.
think we have a song there.
I'd give them a wee look up. So this is it. I like that. Just tradition.
There's some cracking tunes, to be fair. Them on pipes, they blew it.
Very good. And as Jude says, it's an hour long, so let's not. Fuck, I hadn't a clue. Sorry, what was that song you wanted to listen to there?
We are. This is
No,
a night out.
It was like
After night out?
No, we're back at the house.
we're back at the house. We're all
We're in the
wrecked.
kitchen.
Lad, we have no drink left.
Hold on a minute.
Bring Bryson's, get you. Only thing you can get's the 12 pack of Carlsberg.
12-pack of cards.
That's all you get.
What did it say? £300, please.
And you pay it. And you fucking pay it.
Every time.
Every time. Anyway, sorry. What was that
Put
song?
some money over that counter. I'll tell you.
It would hurt you, wouldn't
What,
it? Thinking about it.
Fuck's sake.
What was the song, Kevin, again?
Oh, John.
It was an
come on.
Irish music song. Irish folk. Slave
guy.
Gallion.
Slave Galleon Braze, John.
Oh, I think I have heard this. How do you spell
Is that it then?
There it is there, pal.
Going down.
Got it. Wasn't far off.
Right.
Oh, with
Version or what?
what version? That's 12.
You may have gone ahead.
12,000, that's 24. Mary Dillon. We'll just go for
Mary
this one.
Dillon,
Dillon's
probably your
the local
best bet.
person there.
Right, don't know her. So.
You took the words out of my mouth. She's a fucking Dungiven woman.
No, I don't know her. I'm just saying, like.
No.
Shout out there, let's listen. Don't know her. Fuck's sake, lad.
So for the listeners, we're now all we're sitting here watching TV. This is what this podcast turned into. Fucking YouTube. I could have sat at home tonight and watched YouTube.
This is Marfelt Gogglebox.
It's fucking 10 to 10 at night. I should be home with my family. And he has me sitting here watching fucking YouTube.
Mary Dillon.
You wanted it on. Jesus.
I know, but John, it makes for a good podcast, doesn't it?
Fuck's sake.
Oh, she could sing it mass
Some
any
voice.
day.
Lethal.
Some voice. But
Oh, I bet you she knows the whole rosary.
100%.
Doesn't she?
Don't we all though?
She knows when to stand
what is
up
it,
and
one-
kneel down at mass.
One
I
Our
forget.
Father and 10 Hail Marys 10 times, is it?
I bet you she was a fucking deadly camogie
One Our
player.
Father, 10 Hail Marys, and then you repeat it.
that's 1 decade.
No, I know it is. How many decades is it?
5 decades.
Going
Five
to
decades.
see a mass since she was
And then you
16.
pick the 3 wee prayers at the start.
Lads, I'm not a practicing Catholic, like, there's no this. And when I say that, I didn't do much practice.
Oh, she'd make you cry. She'd make you cry, huh, wouldn't she? Is anybody going to touch you?
Not letting you
I
near
think her wee
tissue.
flats, nice wee pair of flats.
She does have a nice wee pair of
hasn't
flats on,
Aye.
doesn't she?
I wonder where she got them at.
Dunn Stores better buy.
It probably is Duns, you know, because
Just
she's.
saying, she's
It's
married
an
the
Irish
same
brand,
man since
like.
she was 16. All her wains play for the local club.
Oh, shocking. It's a nice song.
It is a lovely
Lovely
song,
song.
actually.
It's
If,
a nice
if you
song,
listen
like.
to
It's
it.
a very sad song, John.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Lonesome Boatman?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Here,
almighty.
No
guys.
more songs. No more songs. I'm cutting you off.
Are you going to cry?
We're in the kitchen at 3 in the morning.
I know.
He's about to cry. Like.
Turn it
No,
off,
I
the
only
fuck,
heard that
John.
song like last year.
I
only heard the song last
go
year,
home
that's
and put
why.
on this
This is,
t-shirt.
it's descending into chaos here. Can we get on to a topic quickly, boys?
Aye, go on ahead.
Sorry, what?
Can I talk about something?
Of course you can.
Ugh, Fergal, is everything okay?
No, I just want to bring up the flax that they're doing the thing with the rollies.
Oh shit, yes.
And not to plug or anything, but I think this is a fantastic idea.
Great idea.
Rollies.
Rollies, it's like it's the mainly barbecue stuff over there.
Have you been to it? Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Been in it? You have. It's maybe just not for you, lad.
The chips are not for me.
Ah, okay. There's other stuff in town that's not
I
for me in
ordered
other
a fish
places.
supper one day, and I got a fish supper, and they're chunky chips.
You don't like chunky chips?
Over the fish supper.
I don't mind chunky chips with a fish supper.
I mean, it's like
Not that I eat much fish.
a potato quartered. Like,
All right.
All right, okay.
You know what I
They're
mean?
almost like
It
wages,
wasn't
you're saying.
if I was getting fucking out fish supper, like.
I think
I'm
Like
not
they're-
knocking it. The food was delicious.
the burgers
But I
are
don't like
lovely.
the fucking. Maybe I should have. I should have read the
Yeah,
menu.
chippy chips. You want chippy?
I
you
want the
chippy
chippy
chips.
chips.
Here, you know what you should have done? Read the fucking menu.
Probably
Kevin.
right, John.
How about that?
He's been dying to get back at me, hasn't he? Well, hey, I've got all night, like.
You were saying you had to get home to your family. Had to get home to your family 10 minutes ago.
No, I was really saying that because you're making me watch YouTube.
But I know it's a great idea, isn't it?
Wee QR code here, Kevin. You're
Yeah.
sitting in the pub, or
Have a few pints. I'm starving.
you know,
Why?
and then they come over with the food.
Why? They should.
Bring it
That's,
here.
I
Paid
think
and all.
the tourist is doing the
The
same.
tourists is doing
The
that
tourists
with
doing the same down the
tap-
road, exactly.
What do you call it? The
You called it painted.
tipsy tap.
Painted Downies.
Tipsy. Painted
Downies.
Downies, aye.
Sorry.
I mean,
I
boys,
just thought it was so
really,
funny.
Wasn't that
really,
funny, though?
like I look back at the town there, and it used to be. It's an age thing as well, but it used to be you could have went to Dormans, you could have drunk on Dormans, and you could have drunk. You could have walked to Dormans, went to Downey's, and you could have went to Mary's, and you could have went. And there's always people your own age group.
Uh-huh.
It's all separated out now. So the other ones go to Mary's, and the rugby heads go to Bryson's.
Bryson's,
and
yeah.
Fucking Marfell folk all come here.
Really?
You come in here, so a lot of Marfell folk and
Uh-huh.
Castle Dawson folk, and all, and there's a great night out in here.
I would.
We were talking about that. It is.
Aye.
It's a really
They've
nice
got their Guinness,
venue.
The Flax.
Their Guinnesses.
You talk to anybody from the town, like you'll get 2 good pints of Guinness in the town. Bryce's front bar and the Flax.
Yeah.
We mention it sometimes not even on purpose on this
Aye.
podcast because it's true. Like,
If anybody's coming to Marfell
yeah,
to drink Guinness,
Guinness,
come to the Flax.
this is a Guinness haven.
Yeah.
I felt like.
Aye, this is a Guinness haven.
Like, even when John pours it, it's pretty damn good too. Like,
The Guinness is beautiful in here.
Thank you. I don't know.
no,
if
it is decent. No,
I don't know if that's a compliment. No,
It is a
It's
compliment.
just because it's very good Guinness.
Is it? But
Whatever you
I think
pour,
you're
it's pouring.
I think you're getting better at it.
I get a wee bit. I'm starting to remember it. Do you know
Starting-
what? I was in for a pint there on Sunday, and I walked in. I seen Rosemary pouring the pints, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'll tell you this."
That's how it's done.
Swear to fuck. And I know it came back to me. I was like, "Oh fuck, that is the way."
Her, like,
She's a black belt at it. Like,
Aye. We should do a video of her blindfolded doing it. I'd say, do you imagine the amount of Guinness she's poured? Like,
know.
when you think about it, like,
I know,
fair fucks.
I know.
Guinness should be fucking sponsoring her, like, 100%.
She's always had a busy bar here. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
We had James on the podcast.
I've been very bad with podcasts, John.
Yeah, we had him.
because-
He's one of our first podcasts.
because the job doesn't allow me to wear earphones.
Oh yes, that's right.
So it's getting the
You used to be a
opportunity.
podcast fiend, didn't
I
you?
was a podcast fiend when I was in Royal Mail.
Yeah.
It was great.
Here, I was going to say there about the flax. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
I found this up in the attic whenever we were bringing some of our stuff down, and it's an old picture from Rippling Flax in County Antrim,
Right.
1915.
Holy shit.
And the flax is named after obviously the flax store, Marfell. James told us the story of the flax store across the road there, and this was, I think, do you remember the story? Like, this was the house. This was like the house of the people that ran the flax areas.
and then wasn't it across the road there was the flax where you sold your flax?
You sold the flax.
Or was it here?
That's them in the fields.
there,
That's them in the
across
field.
the street there, that was the old fire station.
Was it?
You mentioned that before, I think. Or maybe it was
See
James.
that mic in there?
That was the old fire station across the road. Welcome to Radio Los Angeles 404. For any of you guys just coming down the highway, we got a full-on car wreck at junction 404. Take the next ride over the highway.
Are you
Ideally-
gonna be in the Warriors? Remember that, the
Aye,
Warriors?
the Warriors, aye.
The radio voice, that was class.
Would you
aye.
do a podcast?
What do
in
you
all
mean?
seriousness, like just an audio one. You could record a wee podcast every day and just chat shite.
I don't know, John.
A few wee stories here and there.
I got far too many stories.
There's just an easier way to do it than coming on here. I think you'd be very. I'm just saying. I think you'd be very good at it.
I don't know. I don't think I'd have the discipline, to be honest.
Aye. We'll just do it whenever you want. Like crazy talk.
And then you get into that whole thing of fucking, how many people seen that video? do I need to keep doing videos?
I
Thinking
just
like
don't
that.
care like us.
We don't give a
Aye,
fuck.
well, maybe that's my problem. I'm full of anxiety and fucking
Yeah.
all the rest. Like that's part and parcel of who I am, man.
Like, we've
superpower.
I would
It
say
is,
I would say I'm scared to get bigger. Like I'm. This isn't something like I'm. I don't think me and you are doing
Aye,
it for.
yeah, you
we're not doing it to
The-
get.
It has got bigger,
views,
John.
you know, with-
I think whenever I was on your very first podcast, you had like 400 on your
400,
Instagram
aye.
followers or something.
Yeah, we had 400 on Spotify.
It's over 1,000 now.
Aye.
Yeah, way over.
Do you know what I mean? So
Well, but we're not asking for anything out of it though. That's the thing.
I know.
Like, we're literally just bringing on people for the crack.
aye, but like I told you before, it's an oral history,
Yeah, definitely.
and sometimes 1, 2, 3 podcasts don't. It's never.
The archiving, I think, is a good thing for the area.
Aye, and the fact that obviously it's digital and all the rest of it, but I mean, there's nobody else really doing it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
good
There's
fun.
nobody- It's very. What I like about your podcast is very broad and.
yeah,
You don't know what sort of guest you're going to get, but
That's
it's
it.
always somebody local.
yeah.
That's the very
yeah.
important thing.
As local as we can as well.
Aye.
Like, and sometimes people reach out to us and give us ideas, or people
Aye.
actually want to come on. And
I
you're
think
like, "Aye,
anybody out there that specialises in anything
yeah,
that feel that their speciality is not getting out there
yeah.
should get in touch with us.
Aye, definitely.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
Definitely
you know, we
good- that's
always
a good
want to hear
point.
something different, like the Wallaby and Marifeld.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've got a video here of that
I've
actually.
seen that.
Oh yeah.
How the fuck did the Wallaby get to here anyway?
I have no idea.
How did he get from Australia to here?
There's a video.
Yeah, g'day, mate. With them on the lift here.
Trying to get to Macarafelt.
I want to get to
Macrofeld.
Macrofeld.
Or is it Marifelt?
Go ahead to hear him. Do you see this, Jude?
No.
Where do you see this? Just fucking brilliant.
We have an old group. You're not on it, Jude. Apologies. It's called.
Another group, Jude.
No, it's Crazy Part
the
3.
other hill walking group.
And we drop in all the topics.
Called
We
the
go
other-
for hikes every
That's
so
it.
often. And
It's the, we're not the real hill walking group.
Fuck, is that another Splinter one again? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, I'm in one of the Splinters that I didn't know
He has
about.
a continuity hill walking
Oh, the
group.
continuity.
He has a dissonant hill walking group. He
They also-
can't believe it's not the real hill walking group.
That's my
Hey,
favourite.
oh, I couldn't watch
There's
him.
some mix up that hill, hey.
I ain't telling you.
Jesus Christ.
Some, I don't know.
Nearly have a five-a-side football
It
team as
just
well.
seems to be a splinter every time somebody sets a foot out.
Here. Who
We're
do
on
you,
the mountain.
here.
What's up, group? Let's go this way.
Here, which one of them let the Wallaby into Marfelt?
I don't know a fuck, lad.
Which of the groups?
Receive a warm welcome when they get here. I don't know if you ever saw this story about the missing wallaby in Maharafeld.
The missing wallaby and Marifeld, boys. There's been one for Martin Aitken. He'd love that. And out in Australia, follow him.
Martin, keep them over there. They're scary looking.
You see how they
We're not used to them, like. Huh?
Look.
This is hilarious.
You're her by the tail. Jesus. Some wee farmer just walked in there. Right, you boy. Come on, the fuck. Fuck, you'll be out by 6 o'clock. In there, the fuck of that. None of your buck. There, hit that cunt up the road, the fuck quick. Hey, get that gate closed before that cattle gets out. Hurry up there. Come on.
100%.
Get that lock, get that bane on her. Jesus, man, dear, have you never been in the country before?
Here, 100%. I hope that Wallaby's okay, by the way.
It didn't look like it was okay. It's
No, it
stressed to
didn't.
the ball.
I think.
Two fucking ignoramus farmers fucking grabbed it.
It looks
and
like he was about to be sheared or something.
Yeah.
he's
From the
off to
farmer.
fucking Neverland there, isn't he? Like,
Hope he's alright.
now he came over to Gap here.
Do you know kangaroos?
Don't get it.
A male kangaroo's nuts are above its penis. Oh, we do.
He started bouncing and jumping.
Jesus. Doesn't whack on the ground.
True bell.
Right, that's enough.
We're done with kangaroo balls for the night.
No, not that.
No more kangaroo balls
No,
this
we
evening.
can talk about kangaroo balls. I was
No, I
enough of
wouldn't.
that.
I'm not really up on my kangaroo balls at all.
You're
Have you
not
had a kangaroo
not up to
burger?
spec on them or what?
Do you ever have had kangaroo burgers in the Christmas market?
I think they're about, how much are they now? 27
Probably.
pound per one fucking burger. You go down to,
And they're no different.
I
They
was
taste
down to
fucking the
Christmas
same.
market one time and my daughter was like, Daddy, can I have one of them? And they looked lovely, boys. It was like a hot drink with marshmallow and chocolate flake on top.
Oh, deadly.
And I went over her and I said, give me one of them there. Good woman. And she da. She went, £7.50. I went, what? I said, only ordered one. She went, £7.50, love.
Oh fuck!
For chocolate milk.
Chocolate
only
milk?
the daughter was starting.
Who delivered it? Santa?
I pulled it out of fucking tenner. She took it out of my hand. I was like, fucking shit. I couldn't believe it.
You've Nesquik in the house, like, you know.
It was just the point I was making is Christmas markets.
Yeah.
They're extortionate.
Money rackets.
It's not like I get it that
There's a big expense
you're
for
an
them to come over.
artisan
though.
you're an artisan food company, and
Yeah.
you know you're not really reaching. If you're going to be an artisan food company like that, automatically you're cutting down your audience.
Yeah.
Really, aren't you? You're only going out to there's only certain people going to eat kangaroo meat. There's only certain people going to eat certain. But if you go walk into a restaurant and you have all sorts of food.
Does a banana block or any place like that do a Christmas
Never heard of
market
it,
or
mate.
anything like that?
Where's the banana?
No,
bar?
I don't think so.
Like make a wee market out of
Well,
it.
maybe they do. Maybe they do. They probably like switch it up for Christmas time.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the food in banana block.
Apparently
That
they're going
area
to
is
change.
ridiculous.
Did you hear that they might be getting rid of that trade market one? You know, the one where the cinema used to be in Dublin Road?
It's closed now.
It's closing up, isn't it?
Oh shit.
Is it?
Oh, John.
That's
Aye.
crazy.
Do you remember that?
I don't, but I remember Fergal talking about it.
Yes.
And I
Shaking
wanted to follow up on it.
I did
was
whenever I was
about-
younger. Whenever
Jude,
I,
what do you think?
Correct.
I
John,
remember-
check
I
a date
remember
on
looking
that.
for him.
Looking for Fergal?
No, looking for
John, is that
Papa.
about
I
12?
thought you were looking for him because he ran into the hills to hide from the puma.
Is that about
Sorry.
maybe 14 years ago?
It's 2016.
It is a recurring thing.
it's a recurrent thing. Happens all the time. And
It's guys that have private pet collections.
You think so?
Yeah,
Well, that was a big
definitely.
thing. That was a big thing here. Like,
You know,
it still
like
is, but that was
there's
massive anyway.
actually one down
never thought of that,
Castledawson
you know.
Road, which is used to. It's actually donated the whole fucking thing to like
Nature reserve. or something?
guys with disabilities. And
Right,
stuff.
right.
So they come down and visit it. And, autistic people react really well to animals.
Very
and
good.
stuff.
Yes.
So
Very good.
he has a thing going on down there, but he has all sorts of animals down there.
Yeah.
the
Like,
Castle
so-
Dawson Road.
Yeah. There was actually there's a guy in Cookstown can source you basically any animal.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because people are into exotic animals.
Crocodile Cookstown. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck. Only Mike Tyson should own something like that. You
Mike
know?
Tyson is tigers, man. Yes, that's tiger.
Imagine-
Tiger's my best friend.
Imagine a
Yes,
tiger.
I hit that tiger with a hook.
Imagine.
Tiger just looked at me.
Imagine you're such a human being that a tiger is scared of you. Like
I know.
they're scared of him.
Here. How fucking Jake Paul can handle himself?
No, man, he's a good fighter, but there's no way he's going to beat Mike Tyson. He can't.
Do you know,
Is that happening?
it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
It's
aye.
happening. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I just think I've seen the footage of Tyson training, man, and it's fucking phenomenal. But everybody's getting caught up on Mike Tyson. I just think he's over. I just think I could be, and I hope
The
I'm
fight
proved
shouldn't be
wrong.
allowed.
I really hope I'm proved wrong. But
so do I.
Like, what age is fucking Jake Paul? Is he 30?
There's like
No,
40 years difference or something.
Do
on
you
them,
know
isn't
what I
there?
mean?
It's crazy.
So I mean, what the fuck do you
Is there
expect?
maybe it's less
So
than that,
once Tyson's only got one option, he's got to fucking
Knock him
go
out.
out and knock him out in the first, second.
But he
round.
can. He has the
can.
power. You don't lose the power.
I know.
But
Well, hey, what about fucking Old McGregor fighting Chandler?
aye.
That's a pure setup, that one. Like, McGregor loves fighting them wee fucking fat wrestlers, doesn't he? Like, remember the Chad Mendes fighting all?
You don't think Chandler will do well in that fight, no?
Well, Chandler exploded the first round, man.
Yeah.
And he starts
I think
to
it'll
fade.
end very quickly, in my
Two of
opinion.
them boys are the same.
Yeah.
Both of them will end. Both of them will gas.
Depending on what happens.
But it'll be an interesting enough fight.
It will be. It'll be fun.
And Paul
Be fun to
Hughes
see.
is fighting on the Bellator card.
That's right, yeah, down
Fuck,
Dublin.
That's going to be good, lad.
And he signed with PFL. What do you think of that?
He's cutting off. I think he's like, if you get into the UFC, it's like 12 grand a fight.
The fight, yeah. Everyone
I
gets the
mean,
same contract.
Everybody gets the same contract. How the fuck?
How can you make a living
How
on
can
that?
he go to America? How can he expect to train at home, pay his coaches, pay his nutrition, and fucking fly to America to fight on 12 grand?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
has
no,
to- he has to be fighting at least 3 times a year to make a living.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just fighting for an existence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's
So
savvy.
he's made the right decision. I think he has, and I never expected it. I thought he'd go to the UFC because that's like the golden egg, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But he can still go there because he's still young.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, like-
so he goes into that competition and wins that $1 million or £1 million or whatever it is. Does it take the edge off him then? Or do you
Exactly.
think-
Well, he
what
joined
was
the
that famous
UFC.
quote from the boxer? It's hard to get up and run at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're lying in bed with silk sheets.
Yeah.
That's a good one, actually.
But I mean,
You know what I mean?
I think he's smart because like he obviously has the belief that he's going to be the best.
That's his superpower, man. Well, actually, he can fight like
He
fuck.
can. He's unbelievable.
Unreal, like.
Unbelievable. Like his
Unreal.
last fight. See his last fight.
Jesus, I love the 2 fights with Vucenic, man.
Oh, they were deadly.
Vucenic's going to the UFC, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That fight, what do you call the Frenchman he fought? Remember the last...
Yeah, I know.
He
you're on
actually
about.
coped Paul Hughes in the last sort of third...
He's in the UFC at the minute. Won his last
I
fight.
can't remember. But he rocked Hughes in like the last exchange.
Yeah. That was a great fight. The atmosphere at that I wasn't there, but I watched it.
I think that'd be some rematch
Wouldn't
in the
it?
UFC. Like,
Aye.
Shout out to UFC.
But Paul Hughes is calling out all the fucking big names.
See
man.
Paddy, see call him out Paddy the Paddy.
Oh, he's fucking brilliant. Like,
It's so funny.
Heard about that.
And then I watched. I rarely watch it, but I stuck on Paddy the Baddy's. He has a YouTube show.
Yeah.
And his coach didn't mention him by name, but he mentioned Paul Hughes. Like he said to him, he was like, all these people calling Paddy. Everyone wants to fight Paddy the Baddy. All these people calling him out, and they can't even get into the UFC. And I was like, we dig there because Paul was offered a contract to the UFC. You know for a fact he was.
yeah.
But
But I think
fair fucks to him.
Paul
It's
is
unreal.
he's media savvy.
Aye.
He's got a good grip of boys throughout. That Fight Academy Ireland seems to be a good
Unreal.
setup, man.
You've
you
got
know.
to know what's good for you too. Like, you know,
Well,
what's,
I mean, he's got one chance at this. As every fight he takes, he's going to take damage.
He could win £1 million at the end of that
He's going to
league.
go into the UFC. He has to make his way up the rankings. Could be a 10-fight fucking streak before he gets anywhere near
Yeah.
a belt. And unless he's selling the pay-per-views, and if he's knocking people out, then his money goes up.
Yeah.
But I mean, he goes and does this 8-fight championship type
That's what it
thing
is, yeah,
in the
yeah.
PFL
It's
and
like a
beats
league.
everybody. Wins £1 million. Then he can sign for the UFC and make his way down. At least
I
he's
think
that
it's-
backup.
here it's going to be interesting to watch. Like that's an
He's
interesting.
going to be
that's an in-
interesting to watch.
That's
John.
an interesting
He's-
format
yeah.
for a show,
There's-
like for an actual.
The two
event.
Laherns as well coming through there. Keelan and Tiernan. Have you heard them two boys?
Fucker. Have you ever seen more?
Keelan had a good fight that last one there in
did,
the
aye.
UFC.
you ever seen-
He really made a lot of adjustments. He fucking come out really well.
Have you ever seen two more Tyrone-looking boys in your life? Just
aye,
fucking
pure
bricks.
Tyrone man.
Bricks of wee men.
Pure
Class.
solid block.
Unbelievable. It's just
Fuck, you
so
wouldn't mess
solid.
when he won.
Fucking hell.
Keelan's neck's is fucking.
Aye.
Do you know
He's
what
just
I mean?
like this.
Just
It's
to see him,
unbelievable.
man. He's fucking. But he.
Some wrestler.
I'm no fucking expert in fighting,
No,
but
me neither.
definitely his second fight, he looked a lot. He was more settled looking. I think the whole, maybe his first time out, you know,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Probably made him
The
nervous.
second time out, he looked well.
It's great to see all these Irish fighters, local fighters, like Paul Hughes from Lavey,
I know.
down the road.
I know.
Unbelievable.
It's class.
To see someone like that with so much talent.
But
that
again,
could go.
we talk about it again. Ryan Roddy and Tommy Quinn, them boys fucking flew the flag too. And
100%.
100%.
them boys. Yes, them other lads were sort of doing MMA before Tommy and Ryan, but them boys broke through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
We're
and them
planning
boys-
on actually bringing them boys on at some stage for an episode.
Do you think I'll get Ryan on?
Maybe get him. Maybe get him at some stage.
I don't think so, John. I'll be quite honest with you.
No, that's okay.
He's like Gregory Lahern,
Yeah.
and Gregory will listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
Gregory's a very, very modest fella,
yeah.
and he thanked me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
He thanked me. I met Gregory one day, and he thanked me for giving him a shout out in the podcast. And he says, "Kevin, I just don't think I could do the podcast." I says, "Well, Gregory, whether you do the podcast or not, your fucking name's out there." you
yeah,
know.
100%.
Aye.
It's good to hear that stuff. Like, just to get shout outs for people like that are doing these things. Like,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, them boys are all cutting the path.
100%.
Unreal.
And I think
But the fact they really sacrificed everything else to do what they were doing.
and right now, like what all those boys are doing, teaching the local young lads the martial art. I think there's nothing better for someone young to learn at that age.
Unbelievable. I was looking at Ryan Roddy's Instagram the other day in his gym, and there must have been at least 40 lads there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just Cobra Kai. Like,
it's there's a serious number. I don't know how many people he has.
great to see.
signed up, but like a big class of his is 40 to 50, maybe more. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Here, I think there's a documentary coming out soon locally.
There is, yeah.
Big shout out to Pete McIntyre. There's a guy we would know, and he's filmed. I think he got some interviews with all the coaches from all the jiu-jitsu clubs, and did a documentary about this area's scene on the jiu-jitsu. So it's coming out soon enough, I think.
Aye, is he not middle?
Like, I mean, who all did he go to?
Who did he chat to?
Aye.
Just he went around them all, basically all the jiu-jitsu.
Well, he
all based around
trains
jiu-jitsu.
he trains in North Coast.
Aye, North Coast.
And then he's up in Belfast, and he was.
He went to
in
Yoda
Mavari,
with
and
Roddy.
and there's a whole load of them. I don't know exactly.
He hit all the ones I think that he needed to, in that sense, for the documentary, and he says everybody's been saying it's very good. It's like
Very
good previews, so it could be interesting one.
But like anything to do with local, especially local fighting.
Yeah.
Aye, it's good fun.
It's hard to believe that Jose Aldo fought in the Elk, like.
What?
know.
I didn't know that.
He fought Mickey Young from Castle Dawson.
Fuck off.
YouTube it.
Is it on YouTube?
Check it out.
Deadly.
That's
Right, we
interesting.
could.
It might be on YouTube, but if you Google somebody else can Google it.
Oh, I was just going to say that this
Our
is,
Jamie isn't very good at all that stuff. So.
Fucking shit. It's because he's a North Derry big. My
who are you
God.
talking to? Are you talking to Jude or me?
Jude.
Jude.
Any excuse to slag Jude off.
I didn't think there was internet connection in here.
Jude, where are we going now?
Mickey Young versus.
We'll end it here, so we will.
That's about 7 hours now,
It
lad.
feels like it.
I'm joking. No. Fire.
Shot fire.
Lethal.
Gunshot fucking sound.
We'll be finished on this fight.
Finish if we can
I
find
don't know.
it.
I think Mickey get took out with a leg kick about a minute and a half in. I could be
this it?
wrong.
Mary Dillon.
There it is there.
Holy shit.
Which one should I go to?
Doesn't matter.
Jose
Where's
Aldo
this
fights
at, did
Mickey
you say?
Young.
Hardly was the elk, was it?
Is that the elk?
That's the Elk Boys.
Imagine it wasn't. No, it does look like the elk.
Does it?
Let me read below it. Hold on. These boys are wrecking mine up.
John, we're missing the fight.
Hi, John. There's no.
Can't see it. Sorry.
Oh.
Go on, Mickey. Oh,
Nice.
I think it's the next kick.
Were you at this? No.
No.
I need to go to more of these fights.
Yeah.
Oh.
leg gone.
Leg's gone.
Shit.
Ground a pound. That's over.
It's over.
It was just unlucky more than anything, you know that.
But I mean, Aldo was
No, I mean
sleeping
like
on Jim
the
Floors.
technical aspect of it.
Jose,
What you called him lucky?
No, he said Mickey was
Mickey
unlucky. Aye. Just annoying.
He's so young there, isn't he?
isn't he?
We're here at the Elkton Bridge. It doesn't look like the Elk.
We're here at the Elk, and your man from Brazil's only after giving that cub from the Dawson an awful win.
He got an awful hiding.
He got no. We're
Yeah.
going out now to get to the boot of the car to get the hurling sticks, and we're going to fucking knock the shit out of these Brazilians. Coming over
so
here,
cool.
taking our women.
I'm not sure that's the Elk, like.
That's the Elk. You go fuck yourself. That's the Elk.
Are you talking shit to us now?
I'll confirm.
Check it out. Google it then.
No.
He's making me paranoid, so he is.
Lift your phone, Fergal. And
I don't
Google
do
it.
that. That's rude to lift my
Fergal,
phone
there's
during
you
a
used to
podcast.
Kirk your doll and then the Elk, though.
Alright, enough. You go me. The
back left.
You go, my friend.
You used to go for the carve right there. Very good. No, don't clap, lad.
Aye.
Go to the comments.
Oh, fuck. You were probably in it. Crazy Donnelly.
Crazy 1, 2, 3.
This is the elk.
Waiting outside in these bastards now, lads.
This is the elk. You commenting under it, Crazy. Ah, fuck. Sorry, wrong thing. Sorry, lads.
Come on, John.
I can't see that. Like,
You can't see it.
you want me to start reading them out?
Well, just to see if it any
It doesn't matter.
see if it confirms any of your doubts.
No, I believe you.
Boys.
John, come on.
What are you joking?
So anyway,
Anyway.
Jose Aldo fought in the elk.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool. well, on that bombshell.
That is crazy.
Right, sure, what do we know?
Sure, what the hell? Right, we need to end it there. Like,
That'll
Jesus
be all
Christ.
right.
Fantastic.
No bother, lads.
Thank you very much for
coming
this.
on. Did you have a good
That's
time?
Fergal.
I actually get to keep this, right?
Yeah.
Deadly.
Here, show off your t-shirt you have.
I have
underneath.
showed it off.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah. I did this logo, lad. Boulder World. You ever been up Boulder World?
No, I'd like to go up
Do
sometime.
you know
I'll take you up.
Indoor.
We'll start a wee WhatsApp group.
Another fucking WhatsApp group with the Third Reich.
Oh, Jesus. With the German himself.
The fucking Z German.
No, honestly, I think you'd really enjoy climbing. You've done a bit of climbing, haven't you?
Listen, I only did climbing for rescue.
Oh, yes. Bouldering's very different.
Yeah, I did a bit of bouldering, a big giblet and that there, but again, if you're going to do climbing, you know yourself, you have to fucking give everything to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
I'm kind of
People will not
tittering.
climb with you unless you're dedicated to it.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm tittering on the climbing and tittering on the jiu-jitsu, but I'm enjoying all of
Well,
it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Get
Stop all your
yourself in and
tittering.
go and do your single pitch. Which
What? Oh, yeah. I'd
go-
love to
go
do that.
down,
aye.
check out Tullamore Mountain Centre.
Yes.
And
I
go
know where it's
down
at.
and check out single pitch. So what'll happen there is, Fergal, you'll travel down to Tullamore Mountain Centre for the weekend, and you'll be climbing all weekend. You'll be learning how to climb properly, and then you'll meet people there who are in the same position as you.
Yeah.
They're only going to climb the same pitches as you until you get confidence to keep
And get
going
better.
and get better, because you'll have 20 climbs to do to go
Is
back
that,
again.
Is that trad climbing?
No,
Or is it,
trad climbing. Yeah. You'll learn how
So
to
you'll be
trad.
pitching-
Yeah, your friends are called.
yeah.
So you squeeze them and it
Yeah.
lets them in. You
Spins
put
it
it,
in,
you
then
slip
you-
it into the crack and let it out, and then you clip onto it.
And that's what's holding
that's
you
just-
together. It's just
got-
hanging you
check your
there.
anchor and all.
I like
aye.
that.
I know. But listen, it's one of them things again. Like, it's not that I don't regret it, but I mean, I would love to have done it.
Aye, I think I'd
I've
love to
done
do
it,
one
yeah.
sort of pitch
I
climb.
would love to went to Alps and done something as well, and but
I just want to go fairhead and do it. That's as high as I want to
Fairhead's
go.
scary enough. I've
Fucking
come on
hell,
Fairhead
that's
with the team. We've abseiled off it and stuff.
Avians, aye.
We
Because
would
that's
nor-
where the boulder field. That's where I used to climb
we
down
would have
there.
normally throw the rope down and abseil off it. And but you know the way you always tie the knot in the bottom of the rope
Uh huh.
in case you abseil off the rope.
Yeah.
Do you
And you
know?
see if you
So
fall.
if you're climbing a mountain, you've got to connect your ropes. You've got to connect them. Like, your ropes could only be a 200-meter rope.
Aye, it can't go
So
down.
you've got
the
to
full
carry.
way.
You've got to bring them up with you and go again.
It's a lot of weight too.
But in Everest, what's happening? The Sherpas go up and do the lines. They set it all up at night and stuff.
And then they come back and.
Aye, but that's fucked now. Jesus Christ!
that's-
Why would you want to queue?
I no way.
Stand there and
No
queue
way
like
would I do that.
Fucking
Couldn't
no
blame me.
way.
But aye. No,
Right. Is that it, boys?
I think that's us.
Get out the No, I'm joking.
Is it all done?
She's still going, but
Is
she's
she?
all done.
What's
I
all
just, I
done?
just wonder whether or not
The
to talk
episode?
or fucking. I'm
No,
afraid-
dude, it's not over yet.
I know him, man.
I haven't ended it.
All right,
Oh,
hurry
he
up.
has to end it. That's right.
Is John buying the food? Is he? Go ahead.
Anyway, thank you for coming.
You're quite all right.
Thank you for coming, Kevin. It's always an experience.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. You have a good time?
I had a great time.
Jude?
Deadly.
Good. I had a good time as well. I just
That's
want
number 3, John. Has anybody done a number 4? I'm up there with Stevie Neeson now, and Joe Kane.
No, Joe's 3. I think
Stevie
maybe
Neeson's 3.
Stevie Neeson's...
Big shout out to Stevie Neeson. He's doing a lot
Stevie-
of training there at the
Stevie
moment.
Neeson
Yes,
is
aye.
You know, and
Savage,
it's good.
yeah.
It's good that he's putting it up and inspiring people to get at it too. But
Yeah.
and he's not making a big song and dance about it. He's getting
100%.
it done.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a
Inspiring young
savage.
man. He's a good fucking lad. Him and that young brother of his,
Fat boys.
Kieran.
Kieran. He's big mates
Good
with
cub.
Chara and all.
Big shout out to Kieran there.
Up
And
the
Chada
fell.
as well.
Oh, Chara boys, what?
Here,
Paddy Bradley, you get.
some architect.
Aye, big
Here.
shout out to Paddy.
What did I
I'm only
send you?
joking, Paddy.
What did I send you the last couple of days?
Lots of things.
A house. No, sorry, but a house made out of containers.
Oh, the container
Here.
homes. Yeah.
about
But how
5 of
long?
them. About 5 of them put together into a mansion. It looked amazing.
Wow. Paddy, have you seen that all about Barney's ruins?
Amazing.
Oh, we've been down on it.
Amazing.
What do you think of it, boys?
We had an episode on it. It was lethal.
Aye.
So good.
He's some boy. Isn't
Some
he? Like,
spot.
We were filming in the wee.
We're filming in the cottage. I think
It's
it
like
is. No,
a wee,
it's.
it's the old building, it's like a shed almost,
Aye,
but it's
yeah.
been done up
Right.
into like a.
I'll put the link in this
it's
episode by the way
class.
as well.
It's not the container bit,
Aye.
and I almost think it's
Aye.
nicer. You know, you
Yeah.
get nicer views in the other one, but there's something about
It's very
being in like a wee.
very minimal.
Aye, being in like a old
Oh,
building
aye,
like
but I
that.
like the
There.
way Murray's old and new.
It's beautiful.
It's interesting. Did you watch that episode?
Unbelievable. But I actually listen to most of Paddy's.
Relax,
John's
sir.
well good at it. So yes.
Lost a bit.
Thank you.
Fuck's sake.
No, I haven't lost anything. Barney's Ruins. Good wee spot. You've got the cottage of the barn. I think we were in the barn.
We were in the barn. Yep.
We were in the barn, very minimalist.
Right, okay.
And then the cottage, nice wee spot as well, floating over an old cottage in his family. Lovely,
Beautiful.
lovely family
Some
history there.
job. Oh, aye.
Here, would it be nice to do some sort of wee historical tour there, or something someday, just to learn
Well, you
the
have Drumyam Forest right,
learn the land.
Right beside it.
next door to
Oh,
and
fantastic!
Glenn is the man for Drumyam Forest and all the
The-
goings on in there.
Outstanding area.
Beautiful. I mean,
Amazing
that
area.
whole area is about to be turned into a Gaelta area, an Irish speaking
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. That's where I sell the art.
I think you have to have over 200 Irish speakers or something before it can be called a Gaelta.
Very good.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd love to learn Irish.
Well, my daughter's at an Irish school.
Is she?
Well, she's only at pre-pre. Like,
That's fantastic.
That's right. Yeah,
She's going on to like pre next year.
yeah. I was in the house and you were learning about Irish.
She's flying.
Is she?
Yeah, that's
Honest to
brilliant.
God,
Just a
flying.
sponge.
That's the age to do it, isn't it?
Flying,
Fantastic.
flying. Singing all her Christmas songs in Irish. and
That's
all.
class.
Aye, it was mad.
No, it's important. Like
Aye. It's everybody's language.
that's it. It's in everybody's language. Like
It's like, you know what I mean? Tobermore, the big well.
yeah,
That's what it means.
Mm.
More in Irish is big, Tober well.
yeah. That's right.
It's there, it's all there. And you ever notice sometimes, you know, like you're speaking Irish, you don't even know it. You ever notice you say ach but?
Yes.
Ah, but
Ach is but in Irish.
We're just translating it for ourselves.
Yeah, it's never.
Sure,
it's
you
never,
know yourself.
Sure, you know, but
Ach,
sure, you
but.
know, you just it's never left the dialect like.
yeah.
Oh, we
Do you
should
know what I
put
mean?
"ack" in the front of that.
Ach, sure, what do you know? Ach,
Will we change it?
hold on here,
Will we
man.
change it?
Hold on. Hey, is that the AI one? Is that the AI version of them?
Nobody start that group on
Were you
us.
a lot
That's the
younger?
AI.
Were you a lot younger, or is that the
Ah,
AI
no.
version?
We were a lot younger than that. How long ago was
Fergal,
that?
you
No,
actually look
that
like
was-
as if you're. Fergal, were you separated from birth from Paddy Bradley? Hold on now.
Aye, there's
Paddy
some,
Bradley, there's questions to be asked here.
Very
if
good.
I actually went on a diet and started, maybe I'd look like that again.
Aye.
The I think I was 2002, 3 years ago.
That was
2 years ago.
the shitty days.
Said 2000.
What's this? Is this some sort
And then
of?
3 years
is
ago.
this some
Aye,
sort of
I think
satanic
it was. I think it
fucking-
was earlier than that.
Is this some sort of a subliminal message to?
No, have you
to
ever
the,
seen-
to the followers?
Have you ever seen what do you call it? Steve Jobs' autobiography.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Jobs.
And the front of it, he does that there.
No, you see,
That's what we were copying.
symbolism's going to be your downfall, John.
Well, they were never meant for the podcast. We just had them. We're like, here, let's just throw them on the album.
We'll,
cover.
we'll,
We thought they
we'll
were
put
fun.
on the ones where we look young.
Well, we started the
You're full of shit.
You're the youngest one here, Jude. What
It's
age are you?
catfishing,
75?
It's AI, like completely AI.
Right, do your wee speed.
You in your 30s yet, Jude?
You're looking at the wrap up.
Fuck me. My God, you're only a
Anyway,
John. This is my podcast, John.
We'll get finished
You
up.
will fucking finish when I tell you, son.
the local chef showdown is coming to Marafelt soon.
That here.
The
That's
local
that's
chef
tongue puff,
showdown. Local
Local
chef showdown.
Local chef showdown.
And this is an event that there's going to be applications opening soon. Fergal's working on the brand. It's looking very sick as well. It's starting to take shape.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Looks very sick. And
good.
it's a TV show. We've got Joe Kane. We've got Stephen Hope.
Okay.
That's Dawson's and the Dolphin.
Okay.
And they're going to judge. And Fergal and myself are going to host. And Jude is going to be the man behind the camera. And sometimes maybe in front of the camera too, Joe. Or Jude, we'll soon see. Joe as well, and Stephen.
Very
and
good.
We're bringing people from around the area. Anybody that wants to apply to be on it, they can compete.
Well, you need to push that in the socials then. Are you
Yeah.
using Facebook and all? Sure, what do we know?
No, kinda.
We
We're
are mostly Instagram.
mostly Instagram. We're moving on to TikTok and stuff soon. We're just getting that set up. But
that
that
you know,
show's
that's
happening.
gonna push us out of the. You know, that'll push your followings up. and
It's
stuff.
gonna be fun. But that local show's coming up very soon, and we're filming it in a local school's home economics department, and we're filming it like a TV show. And we welcome applicants to apply and get in touch. Home cooks, people that want like a bit of cooking, bit of bacon, whatever. Come on,
Gotta be good at it though.
Come on.
Don't be like John. Shite.
I'm shite
He's
enough.
getting tired and grumpy.
Aye. I'm an air
I didn't
fryer.
get enough crisps.
Here,
so
by
I'm
the
a bit
way,
hungry.
are you living in Portrush now?
No, I'm
You've
not.
got a wee home there.
Are you?
I was dog sitting. I was dog sitting
Oh,
for a friend
right,
of mine.
right. I thought maybe you were playing Hide the Kit Kat or something. No, can you cut that bit out, John?
Oh, he's got a good wee
Aye,
spot,
Cut that
doesn't
bit out, John, will you? No, seriously. Cut
Okay,
that bit.
I'll keep that
I'm
in.
only fucking joking you. Wise up. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, per Ferg's getting in touch.
Fergus always needs a touch.
Aye. Well, anyway, that's
Put me in
coming,
my
guys. That's the
it.
banter there's going to be. You
I
know,
promise I'll not be there. Man, I'll let
Crazy
you
will
down.
not be there.
Special guest, Crazy.
Compare for the evening.
Bring him in.
Crazy
We'll bring him in a referee.
Yo. Let's get this cooking started,
I'd
boys.
be up for that.
A referee's jersey.
That'd be amazing.
No, well, that's happening. It's coming. It's open to everybody. It's going to be fantastic, and we're looking forward to it. Then
And it's not just so we can get free lunch or
it's
anything
not
like
so
that.
me and Fergal can watch a team of people make food that
Make
we
food
that
that
we
we
can
eat.
eat.
Hey, I don't want to see these two boys shades, Jude. All the free stuff they're getting.
Where are you getting free stuff?
I'm only joking. Look,
If anybody wants to give us free stuff, give us free stuff.
See
Like,
how defensive they've got.
We'd love
Well, I mean, you've
oh,
got
give
what?
us free
Well,
stuff.
sorry, hold on.
Well,
I
you've
did
got
get-
over 2,500 listeners on your podcast now. haven't you?
Aye, something around that.
Right, so, I mean, if there's companies out there or local
Aye.
companies, like there's 2,500 people's going to hear your
100%.
name.
Anybody
So,
local
you know,
local
show
business
some
would
love
work
to
really
these
well.
guys and
Yeah, we'll
You
do a
know
wee
what I mean?
ad. We'll make a wee
No
ad.
problem.
No
throw an
worries.
ad on at the back of the
I'll
fountain.
only do an ad for something that I
Enjoy.
genuinely
Macaroon's
like.
coconut finger,
Anything I enjoy, like.
butter.
I would definitely. You have it with butter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you
aye.
have with butter?
A coconut finger.
That's
Aye.
such a debate. Do you have it with butter? Or do you have it with?
What
milk?
do you mean it's a debate?
We've had it in the podcast. have we not?
Would the baker not put the butter on it if it thought it needed to be with it?
Right, well then if that was the case, do you,
Oh, sorry.
if that's the case, John, do you stand and butter the whole fucking loaf of bread? What are you saying about? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck sort of logic's that?
So true.
Jesus Christ.
That's so true.
No, don't cut. Don't cut. Let's go for this count here. Let's go for him. Huh? Is that sort of butter, darling?
Thank you to our 2,000. Thank you to our 2,000 listeners. I need to fucking go home, lads. I'm not even joking. Thank you to our 2,500 plus
John, it's your podcast.
listeners. I know. And let's keep this thing rolling. Thank you very much, Crazy, for coming
Quite all
in.
right, John. Thank you very much.
Another great guest. And we'll bring on plenty more in the future. And looking forward to it. Let's cue that board on.
That should be the start.